Collect code for tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Craig's the first comment. Who would have thunk it? Craig's the first comment. Anybody else got Metallica?
Collect code for tonight's.
Anybody else got Metallica stuck in their head? Does anybody else have Metallica stuck in their head? I do. I don't know about y'all. I surely do. Alrighty. It is a good record. Very good. A+ from Metallica. They still got it. It's amazing what they can do. James Hetfield, Lars, Kurt, Robert. All right, I'm missing a record. Here it is. All right, if everybody's on, I'm across the room right now getting me a water and a caffeine supplement. I had a whole pizza earlier. It's kind of brought me down. You know how you feel after you eat an entire pizza and then a bunch of cake? Just like, ugh, why did I do that? Ugh, why did I just eat an entire pizza and an entire cake? Well, I do that sometimes. I have issues. So, all right, let's see. Let me pull up the chat. I'm across the room, so I got to pull up the chat so I can see what y'all are saying. All right. Let's see here. Preston's at the Matchbox 20 concert. All right. Let me walk across the room. Excuse me. Diabetes. Tell me about it. All right, let me reset this chat one more time. Cameron, my mom said you stopped by the store today. She left a note to give a customer shout out. So thank you, Cameron, for stopping by the store. I just pulled this baby off the ultrasonic cleaner. Just came off the ultrasonic cleaner, Overkill, Under the Influence. It will be put up for auction. Anybody interested in an OG press of Overkill, Under the Influence? Whew, that just made some hair stick up on the back of your spine. All right. Yeah, so a lot of people's been telling me, Chad, my local record store had Metallica. My local record store had Metallica. And I'm like, well, they probably got 10, 15, 20 copies. And, you know, most record stores, if you got there probably today when they opened and they got 10, let's say they got 10 copies, you probably got a good chance to get one locally. You know, we got 32. So, you know, but ours were already pre-sold. I'd say a lot of record stores, I don't know where y'all live, but I mean, I'm saying if they got 10 or 20 copies, maybe at the most, they probably had them in their shelves today when you walked in to buy them. But us, we need a large amount of them, and they just wouldn't give them to us. I would have took 200 of them, and we probably could have sold them all. But so that's what happens. Okay, I'm going to recap. Let's go through some new vinyl. What is in this bin? Have we been through this one lately? I feel like I recapped this one last night, but it has been condensed. So let's go ahead and start with this crate. I'm going to read through some stuff. First come, first serve. I've got a great selection of records tonight. I've got the punk and hardcore stuff up here. We have some flip crates, some on-sale flip crates, and new vinyl. So that's where we'll start. No sound on my end. Can everybody hear me? Test 1, 2. All right. I'm going to start selling records. All right, we have U2 War. I don't know if I want to go through this one or not. I will anyway. U2 War is $31.99. Speaking of Metallica, Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning is $31.99. Ride the Lightning is $31.99. Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here, $38.99. U2 Pop. U2 Pop is $36.99. Chris Stapleton Starting Over, that's a 2LP. Chris Stapleton, $42.99. Dave Matthews Band Crash, $38.99. Our AC is running. Y'all may hear like a rumbling sound, like a rushing, like water running. That's our air conditioning. It's pretty loud. I'm about 20, 30 feet from it. So, you know, that sometimes people hop on, they're like, Chad, why do you have water running in the back? I'm like, well, that's our AC or our heat. It will kick off in a second. Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, $36.99. Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. Judas Priest Turbo, that's a 30th anniversary edition. Turbo by Judas Priest, $28.99. Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour, $33.99. We have Leonard Skinner's Second Helping. That is $33.99. $33.99. The Best of Big Star, that's a 2LP, plays at a 45 RPM, $44.99. James Taylor's Greatest Hits, I think I'm down to like one copy of that now, $28.99. Scotty Hops on Judas Priest Turbo, that's sold to Scotty Hops. First Sell of the Night, Ring the Bell. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. Genesis is $28.99. Trisha Fetters wants Ride the Lightning. That's by Metallica. It is Metallica Friday. They have a new album out. I'll go over that. I've got some for sale if you don't have one already. It's fantastic. I recommend buying it if you're on the borderline. I think it's some of their best work they've put out in a while. Listen, I've talked to some hardcore Metallica fans. They're like, man, this is the best we've heard in a while. Pretty good stuff. I need a Megadeth Rust. Rust in Peace is not in stock. You cannot get that. That's a pretty tough record to get, Preston, new or old. Trisha, how do you pay? You need to send us a Facebook message right now with your email address and your mailing address. We're going to go ahead and try to send you a message, but make sure you send us a message with your email address and your mailing address. That's not Judas Priest. We just sold a Judas Priest. This is Purple Rain, Prince, and the Revolution. $31.99. Purple Rain. Black Label Society, Alcohol Fueled Brutality Live. $39.99. Black Label Society. Zach Bryan, American Heartbreak. I've got some more Zach Bryan later. $59.99. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. That's the remaster. $33.99. Jay Condi wants Prince. Purple Rain. That's sold to Jay Condi. Got several copies of Motley Crue available. This is the mono remaster of Pink Floyd Salsa Full of Secrets. This is $34.99. $34.99. Got a couple copies of that left. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, $36.99. And Pink Floyd More. Pink Floyd More is $34.99 for Pink Floyd More. So yeah, Preston, the only Megadeth I have is Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? That's not an easy record to get. Rust in Peace is not an easy record to get. It's been out of print for years, and it's highly in demand. So one more run through this before I bring out some new stuff. I do have a whole bin of new stuff to show tonight. I got to go over all the pre-orders, etc., etc. So Trisha just sent us her information. That's great. So Pink Floyd, Pantera. If any prices, let me know. Pink Floyd again. Motley Crue, Zach Bryan, I got these kind of sprinkled everywhere now. Black Label Society, Zach Wild, Genesis is on yellow vinyl. James Taylor's Greatest Hits, Big Star, Leonard Skinner, Casey Musgraves, Golden Hour, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, Dave Matthews Band, Chris Stapleton Starting Over, U2 Pop, Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here, Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and U2 War. Those are all available. If you want anything there, just let me know. If you need any prices, I'm going to go ahead and bring up some new stuff. Yeah, let me bring up this is a pretty full bin, so I hope you buy some stuff out of it pretty quick so it thins out a little bit because there's a lot in here. There's a lot in here. All right. First is a restock that I haven't had in a long time. I did post a pre-commitment sale for it, and that's the Wolfgang Van Halen Mammoth. Wolfgang Van Halen Mammoth. And this is on an indie exclusive black ice vinyl. And why don't I have these marked? I don't know. These are, let's see here. I can pull it up pretty fast. I've got the price stuff again live. Why don't I have these marked? I thought I did. These were, according to the Facebook post I made, $36.99. $36.99 for Wolfgang Von Holland. That is Eddie's son. Very good stuff. It's been very popular. I think that won a Grammy. And not only that, he's coming out with a new album that we have a pre-order posted for. Hope everybody's in on that, because those will sell really well too. We've already got a ton of pre-orders. Hope we're not shorted on the indie exclusives, but best of my memory, the last time this came out, it was relatively available for a while. So Wolfgang Van Halen. Let me read that list of everybody who already has one. Where are my list? Right here. This is, I've already got one sold to Bob Riger, Craig Proper, Ron Phillips, and Carly Alsup. Bob Riger, Craig Proper, Ron Phillips, and Carly Alsup. This is $36.99. $36.99. Everybody gets a free copy. All right, not on that one. Loretta Lynn Icon. There was a waiting list for this. Amy Hutchings. Amy Hutchings, I've already got you down for a copy. That is $36.99. $36.99. Loretta Lynn Icon. $36.99. And Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience. And there was a waiting list for this. I didn't realize it. We was several people. We've got Gary Samuels, one pulled, Mitchell Thomas, John Ambrosic, Fred Carnell, Jerry Stone, James Jackson, and Rich Recor. That is Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience. Gary Samuels, Mitchell Thomas, John Ambrosic, Fred Carnell, Jerry Stone, James Jackson, Rich Recor. And I've got them available for sale tonight, $29.99. Why didn't I mark these either? I didn't mark any of these, but these are $29.99. I guess I marked the ones that pre-sold, so we would tag them in. So James Bragg wants a Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. That's sold to James Bragg. Joe Maynard wants a Gin Blossoms. Let me go ahead and sticker some of these, Tanner. So, okay. Tanner says he's got it wrote down, so don't worry about that. Yep, I'll just price all those later, but they're $29.99. I can remember that. The Specials, Ghost Town came back in stock. The Specials, Ghost Town, John Howard was on a waiting list for that. I've got one more. We had the restock of Deanne by Zach Bryan come back in. I've got several in stock now. Zach Bryan Deanne, it's like one of those records that was you could never, impossible to get, and then all of a sudden they're all in and we got stacks of them. It's good to see. Zach Bryan waiting list for Deanne was Leslie King, Drew Ramsey, Dennis Nelson, Laken Vaught, Cody O'Neill, Michael Hackett, Andy Mitchell, Sherry Darnell, Jeremy Bales, Clay Moore, Debbie Blair, George Buchanan, Shane Summers, and Frank Kilpatrick. And that's Zach Bryan Deanne. That is $29.99. As you see, got a bunch of those. Definitely need them for here in the store. Allman Brothers Eat a Peach. This is a 2 LP colored vinyl. Allman Brothers Eat a Peach. 1 LP is pink. 1 LP is blue. They only made 500 of them. $54.99. I've got Paul Brothers on a waiting list for one of those. New and sealed colored vinyl. Limited to 500. Andy Wade wants a Zach Bryan Deanne. That's sold to Andy Wade. Now we're getting into some new stuff, as in new restocks. Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged, Pure Acoustic, and more. This is $38.99. This is a 2 LP live unofficial Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged, Acoustic, and more. Andy Wade wants the Eat a Peach. That's sold to Andy Wade. This is a live Marilyn Manson unofficial. Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams Baby. That's a Sydney broadcast from 1999, and that is $34.99. Joe Maynard wants a second Gin Blossom. Sure thing. So, quick backstory on the Gin Blossom. Somebody asked if I could order this. No, I'll tell you what happened. We had the Murfreesboro collection, and that guy had a that guy had a Gin Blossoms, and somebody asked, did he have a copy of New Miserable Experience? And I didn't know a lot about that. I went and looked it up, and of course the Discogs price was like $64, and that was the last sold, and the first active was like 98. And so I saw they was on back order, and I back ordered them, and they actually come in a lot sooner than I expected. So Gin Blossoms was not a cheap record. Not really not cheap, but there was just none available. Some of these records, you see them on Discogs, and it's not like it's an expensive record. What it is the supply is really low, and people start asking crazy prices for them. And some people pay those crazy prices. And that's why you have one random one sell for like $100. You be a little bit patient. Sometimes they come back in stock. Sometimes they never come back in stock. And people continue to pay $100 for them. So, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread, that is $36.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread, $36.99. We have two of those. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, when I see these in stock, I always grab them. Of course, it's the Palace Pressing. Palace Pressing, $59.99. Now, about 6 or 8 months ago, they were like, these are done. They're not going to make anymore. And like people bought them all up, distributors. We bought a bunch, and then they made more. So I don't know if this record was ever going to go out of print. I'd say eventually, but as great as it sounds, they're going to keep making them. Stevie Nicks. We was talking about this last night because it's one of the few ways you can get Silver Springs. This is Crystal Visions, the very best of Stevie Nicks. It has some of her Fleetwood Mac stuff with it too. This is, and like her duets, her solo stuff. This is $39.99. That's Crystal Visions, the very best of Stevie Nicks. Trisha wants the Marilyn Manson live. That's so to Trisha. In case you didn't know, Marilyn Manson stuff, a lot of it, especially his early albums, very difficult to get. Original presses, not easy to obtain whatsoever. Depeche Mode, Songs of Faith and Devotion. Depeche Mode is $29.99. There was a waiting list for Depeche Mode. The Depeche Mode waiting list was Jackie Reynolds. Jackie Reynolds, one person waiting on that one. Aerosmith Permanent Vacation is $38.99. By the way, Tan, I don't know if you saw it, but Bob Riger needs to put back the doo-wop record. Tanner's got you taken care of, Bob Riger. Aerosmith Permanent Vacation, $38.99. Kelly Gabney on Depeche Mode. That's the only copy of that I have. Bob Marley Uprising is $36.99. There was a waiting list for this. Sherry Darnell and Matthew Knight. Sherry Darnell, Matthew Knight. And so far, both of the Bob Marleys in here are the Tough Gong Jamaican pressings. And those are limited and numbered, $36.99. Brian Hummel wants Stevie Nicks. That is sold to Brian Hummel. And we've got, well, I'll go ahead and show it. I didn't mean for that to be in here, but we got a random, make sure this is a black copy. Yeah, we got a random black copy sent. I don't know why, so $39.99. I'm going to go ahead and explain Metallica. If you missed my post, I took a picture of this sheet and posted it in the group. And I haven't officially read this, so let me do it. We got 30 people who got a copy on purple vinyl. We have 30 people who got a copy on purple vinyl. Now, I've got black. I'm going to read off those names, and I have them in stock. So you can buy one right now if you want it on black vinyl. So the purple vinyl went to Nick Pullen, Bill Fratsky, Jamie Butler, Tracy Poston, David Schroeder, Dylan Weishaupt, Matt Algram, Axel Horn, Eric Beck, Tony Alejandro, Trey Tidwell, Greg Hagewood, Brian Dismore, Brent Rabley, Kyle Gregory, Steve Howe, Eric Wayne, Scott Smith, Brandon Jackson, David Pelham, Carlos Diaz, Matt Hamilton, Kevin Schreiner, Misty Wires, Wayne Carr, Randy Scarborough, Richard Davis, Marco Martinez, Sherry Darnell, and Jay Condi. And actually, it should have stopped, I think, at like Wayne or Randy, but there's 3 people on here who claimed 2. I only gave 1 per customer, and then we had 2 different people cancel. So actually, the last 6 names weren't the first 30 who commented, but they got moved up after I limited everybody to 1, and we had a couple people cancel. We did have 2 people cancel, say they didn't want it, and I was like, wow, okay. It's because they're already on eBay for like $60, $70, $80. The black, I'm going to go ahead and read that list, and then if anybody else wants one, let me know. The black vinyl is in stock. It's right here, $39.99. Metallica, 72 Seasons. New album, came out today. That is, everybody getting a black vinyl is Floyd Furman, Susie Breedlove, Michael Hackett, Matt Algram, George Buchanan, Trey Mendenhall, Andrew Sansparino, Paul Beal, Alan Jonathan, Joseph Zucker, Bob Riger, Amy Hutchings, Misty Wires, Paul Brothers, Edward Star Wars, Gary Samuels, Brian C., Grant Peltzer, Clint Howard, Randy Davis, Peter Policino, Joe Frias, and Eli Tomlinson. And so there was a couple people who went ahead and canceled the black since when I posted this list, when they found out they weren't getting a purple. They canceled their black too. Totally bummed out. I'm sorry. Evidently, this has been pretty limited. I mean, we got 30, which was probably a lot. I think a lot of record stores, like I said, got 10, 15 from what I'm hearing. But if you walked in today, there's probably a chance you saw them. We require a lot, and they're just not they didn't give them to us. So I was trying to get 200 of them, and I didn't. So I only got 30. That's $39.99. Eric Fisher wants a Gin Blossoms. That's sold to Eric Fisher. Yeah, Rustin P sells for a couple $100. So we have even a nice reissue. I mean, they're not cheap, especially when you got 2 or 3 people wanting one that's been on their checklist for a while. Let me run through those one more time. We have Metallica, 72 Seasons, Bob Marley, Uprising, Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. The Best of Stevie Nicks is still available. Speaking of Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, Bob Marley, Natty Dread, Smashing Pumpkins, Deanne, Zach Bryan, and then back here in the back we got the Specials, Ghost Town, Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience, Loretta Lynn, Icon, and Wolfgang Van Halen. That is Mammoth. Okay, so that was the first 2 crates. What I have tonight, I guess let me go through, let me see what I've got here. Let me go through one of the on-sale flip crates that I have set aside for you. I literally just made some of these. Let me see if this is the right one. Nope, that's a buy it now best offer bin. Let me figure out where my on-sale crates are. I think this is those. And then I got some stuff to put up for auction. So yeah, this is a crate y'all are going to like. Everything in here is $9.99. I repeat, everything in here is $9.99. And this is a lot of pretty recent stuff, and everything in here is marked down. So there may be a couple records that were $9.99 originally, but I'm like, man, I can't believe this didn't sell, and I put it back in here. But a lot of $15 and $20 $15 and $20 sticker. Everything in here is $9.99. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start running some auctions that I have set aside. I got, I test played this. I actually just ultrasonically cleaned it. And I'm going to put it up for auction. Now, it does have a problem. That's why we hadn't sold it yet. This came from that Tampa collection. I don't know if y'all remember when me and Tanner went down to Tampa, Florida, and we bought some records. It had a lot of like Smith's albums and New Wave, and he had metal. And that's what really got me to go all the way down there. It was only about 800 albums I went to Tampa for, but it was really good stuff like this. This album's just unfortunate. I mean, everything he had was pretty well taken care of. I think this is a pressing defect. It just looks like there's some kind of impurity in the vinyl. Now, I test played this record. I dropped the needle here on this track, and I listened to the rest of it. And side 1 is actually really nice. It's about EX plus. And then this side here, this mark did make a little bit of a noise. So it didn't skip or jump, but it does make like a swish almost when it goes through that. But I turned it up really loud, and it's almost unnoticeable. So for what this is, which is an OG copy of Overkill Under the Influence, in shrink wrap and hype sticker, and it has the original lyric insert, something that is, I wish I had a whole crate full of them to sell to you tonight, but I just have this one. There's the original inner sleeve. So Overkill, Under the Influence. So we're going to call the vinyl Questionable VG Plus, just because of that mark, but I promise you, you won't be disappointed, especially if you're not really picky and you just want the record. $25 start for Overkill. Sorry, that was a complicated one to explain. $25 start on Overkill. All right, everything in here is $9.99. I'll be saying that a lot because there'll be people hopping on and off. David Bowie, Absolute Beginners. This is a 12-inch single promo. Absolute Beginners 12-inch single promo. I think it's got, full-length version and a dub mix. Everything in here is $9.99. Profile, The Best of Emmylou Harris. Profile, The Best of Emmylou Harris, $9.99. Mike Kennedy, first to David Bowie. And Tanner, everything is going to be $9.99. John Sheehan's in on Overkill at $25. Donnie Moore, you were second on David Bowie. Crosby and Nash, that's David Crosby and Graham Nash. Rest in peace, David Crosby. $9.99. The Best of Bread, Volume 2. I like Volume 2 because it has my favorite Bread song, Guitar Man, on it. That's a very clean copy, gatefold, $9.99. Kenny Rogers, 10 Years of Gold. This is one that was already marked $9.99, and I left it in here because I'm like, the other night I showed one of these, and I swear there were 7 people who wanted one, and I was like, man, I've got those everywhere. Here's another one, Kenny Rogers' Greatest Hits, $9.99. Emmylou Harris, Quarter Moon in a 10-Cent Town. This has got a promo sticker on the cover. It's not a promo copy, but it's very nice. $9.99. Emmylou Harris and Marshall Tucker Band, Together Forever. $9.99. So if you're just hopping on, I haven't done one of these kind of crates in a while. These are all hand-picked records by me. Everything's $9.99. Everything in here almost was either $20 or $15 originally. Pretty recent stuff. Everything's clean. I'll let you know if it's check condition. $9.99. Richard Baker put GN. I think that was an autocorrect for CN. Is that right, Richard? Do you want Crosby and Nash? Let me know if that's right. Then first to Bread was Susie Breedlove, then Donnie Moore, then Grant Peltzer. Eric S. is at 30 on Overkill, so he says that's right. So we still have Emmylou Harris, Kenny Rogers, Emmylou Harris, and Marshall Tucker Band. Steele's Young Band, Long May You Run. This was EX. Now it's just $9.99. Steele's Young Band. That was originally $17.99. That's some of the markdowns we have in here. Everything's $9.99. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. This is a VG copy, $9.99. A VG copy, $9.99. Stephen Stills, The Best of Stephen Stills. One side's electric, one side's acoustic. $9.99. EX on the vinyl there. Yeah, EX copy on that one. Andy Wade, first to the Stills and Young. That's so to Andy Wade. The Who live at Leeds. VG Plus. VG Plus. This is not a gatefold with the inserts. This is just an MCA reissue. Just the music. Great stuff though. Young Man Blues, Substitute, Shakin' All Over, Summertime Blues, My Generation, and Magic Bus. VG Plus $9.99. Ryan Foster first to the Stephen Stills. Andy Wade, you were second, and David Tate was first to the Who. If you'd missed my auction earlier, we have a Overkill, Under the Influence, shrink wrap, hop sticker, original inner sleeve. This is an OG press, but it does have like a mark on the vinyl. It played right through it, but it did make like a light noise. Pretty clean copy though for what it is. Like I said, you won't be disappointed. John Sheehan's at $35. The Doobie Brothers, Minute by Minute, $9.99. Everything in here is on sale for $9.99. That has their hit song, What a Fool Believes. Blind Faith in shrink wrap. The vinyl is VG, $9.99. Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, Ginger Baker. That's $9.99. Gary Samuels, first on the Doobie Brothers. That's sold to Gary Samuels. John Sheehan, you were second. The Age of Television. This has the booklet with it. This is a chronicle of the first 25 years of television with 32-page book. That's on RCA label, $9.99. So Gary got Doobie Brothers, John second, Alan Totten on the Blind Faith. We have Grover Washington Jr., Wine Light, Grover Washington Jr. That has the song with Bill Withers, Just the Two of Us on it, $9.99 for that. The Association's Greatest Hits, $9.99. That's a repress label, but this is near mint minus. Great stuff on here. I love the song Never My Love. One of those classic 60s songs, you know, just kind of enchanting. Goodbye by Cream. This is a VG copy, $9.99. Atco label. That's the original label for that. VG copy, $9.99. Split Ends, True Color. Split Ends is a VG Plus, now just $9.99. This has the laser etching on it, $9.99 on that. Juventude is first to Cream, Alan Totten second, and John Sheehan third. Alan Parsons Project, I, Robot. This is a VG copy. I Wouldn't Want to Be Like You, one of the hit singles off that. Overall, though, just a great album. If you've never listened to that, that's why you see so many copies. It's sold really well. Alan Parsons Project's $9.99. Jeff McMaster on Split Ends. Donnie Moore second. Randy Scarborough third. War Child by Jethro Tull. Hit song on this one. Bungle in the Jungle. Original Green Warner Brothers label. $9.99. So John Sheehan is at 40 on Overkill. Going once, going twice. I need to put up another auction. Let's see what I got over here. I test played some Japanese stuff that was check condition last night. There was absolutely nothing wrong with these when it comes to sound quality. This has some strange markings on it, keeping it from where I can't call it pristine, but this is the 2LP Japanese pressing of Nebworth, which was the live concert, Eric Clapton, Phil Collins, Dire Straits, Genesis, Elton John, and then right here's the side I listen to is Elton John, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, Paul McCartney doing Hey Jude, Coming Up, Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, then Robert Plant, Cliff Richards, The Shadow, Status Quo, and Tears for Fears. So this is a 2LP Japanese pressing with insert. It played absolutely fine. The side that I checked that has like some marks on it, it was dead quiet, guaranteed. $30 start. That's the Nebworth concert, 2LP. That's really, really good from what I listened to. The Association Alex, it was on the repress label, so not the original green 7 Arts, Warner 7 Arts, or this label here, but it is near mint minus, very clean. Alan Totten was first to Jethro Tull. Alan first to Jethro Tull. James Bragg was second. Eric S. is out on Overkill, so Overkill's at $40, Under the Influence, $40, going twice, going 3 times. Alex has sold on the Association. Nebworth is at 30, 30, and 32 with Mitchell Thomas. Dancing in the Dark, this is a Bruce Springsteen single, one of his classic songs off of Born in the USA, $9.99. Near mint minus copy, $9.99 on that. Buddy Holly, got this marked down half off for $9.99. If anybody, you need to at least own one Buddy Holly just to listen to it, say you got it. This is his 20 best songs right here, $9.99. The Crickets, Golden Greats. Looking back, this is a compilation. It's got a shot here from the Woodstock Festival, it looks like. But this has got some great songs on it, like Knock on Wood by Eddie Floyd. That's a compilation, $9.99. And The Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits, $9.99. Got $5 marked off this one. Of course, it has their biggest songs, Wedding Bell Blues, Up, Up, and Away, and of course the Aquarius medley, $9.99 on that. Okay, Nebworth, 30, then 35. Well, we was at 32, then 35. We had a 33, a 38, a 36. Michael Nath was first to the Buddy Holly. Alex, you were second. Andy Wade's at 40 on Nebworth, then 35. Nebworth 35, Nebworth out. Jedit wants the Bruce Springsteen. Donnie Moore wants the Fifth Dimension. Okay, where's our compilation people? Got that one marked down, thinking somebody would grab it. Concert by the Sea, recorded in actual performances. This is by Enroe Gardner. That is a wax time 180 gram. Jazz beat. Just $9.99, 180 gram. Leon Russell, Carney. Leon Russell is $9.99. And we have Mike Rutherford, Small Creep Stay. Mike Rutherford, also $9.99. Mike Rutherford. So, got some on sale flip crates. I'll explain what's going on in just a second. If you just hopped on, I am doing have I already done a final call? I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure. I thought somebody was out. I think I may have already done a final call, but for sure, not much time left on this. Overkill is at $40 with John Sheehan. That is like 15 seconds. That's been up since we got started. And then Nebworth, quick update, 45, 46. Andy Wade's at 46 on the 2LP Japanese Nebworth compilation. Andy Wade's at 46 on that. Susie wants the comp. That's called Looking Back. That's sold to Susie. Mike Kennedy on Ruth. That was for Rutherford. Mike Kennedy got the Mike Rutherford. Grant Peltzer was second. Tracy would just sold the compilation. Okay, so final call on Nebworth too, $46. Jim Colgroove's Panthers City Blues. This is $9.99. Mavis Staples soundtrack, A Piece of the Action, or is that the name of the song? I think that might be the name of the movie. This is a full soundtrack. Mavis Staples doing it, $9.99. That's the $9.99 price. Okay, I've got 3 of these. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. They're all very similar condition. One of his platinum albums. I'm pretty sure it's platinum. $9. They sold enough for sure. $9.99. I've got 3 of them. I found those almost, it looked like customers had put them all together. So probably somebody was trying to find the absolute most perfect one. John Sheehan got the Overkill for $40. That's sold to John Sheehan. And I did find some Japanese. We got one right here, the Nebworth concert. It is about to sell. Andy Wade has that for $46. That's now a final call. Okay, and the 3 Framptons go to Donnie Moore, Jimmy Ball, and David Tate. And they're all pretty similar. They're all non-check condition, about VG plus or better covers. Those are all sold. So Donnie, Jimmy, and David. Susie, Robin, Michael, and Tammy was all next. Rod Stewart, Foolish Behavior, $9.99. The Broadway Kick, Frank Sinatra. Broadway Kick, Frank Sinatra, $9.99. That's a Columbia 6i. Looks like it's unplayed. Neil Diamond Moods. Neil Diamond Moods is $9.99. Donnie Moore first to Rod Stewart. And we have the Bee Gees, Horizontal. The Bee Gees, Horizontal, $9.99. Michael Nass second to Rod. And Alex Roman first on Frank Sinatra. Alex Roman first on Frank Sinatra. Last record in this bin, Boz Scaggs, Middle Man. Boz Scaggs, Middle Man. That's in shrink wrap, $9.99. Jimmy Ball first to the Bee Gees. Tracy Miller first to Neil Diamond. And if you're just hopping on, I'm selling Donnie Moore, Boz Scaggs, and Jimmy Ball was second. I am done with our first on sale bin, which everything in here was $9.99. I've got a $14.99 crate. I got a $19.99 crate. And I've got a $24.99 crate, which is about just this many records. I got more Japanese that I found and more high-end stuff that we're going to auction off. And what else is going on tonight? Oh, I got the punk stuff. I guess we'll do at least 1 or 2 crates of that, depending if those buyers are on and how much they demand it. And then we'll do, I got 2 buy it now best offer. I just found them over here. Man, the first 2 records was Van Halen and Led Zeppelin. I'm like, how did these not sell? So lots of good stuff to go through tonight. We're going to be live pretty late. It's Friday. I don't know when we're breaking yet. We'll see what happens. Too early for that right now. Everything in here is $9.99. One more time. The best of Emmylou Harris. Some of these I got marked down $5. Some of them I got marked down half off. This is one that was $14.99. So that's $9.99. Profile, the best of Emmylou Harris. 10 Years of Gold. That's Kenny Rogers' greatest hits. Quarter Moon in a 10-Cent Town. Emmylou Harris. Marshall Tucker Band, Together Forever. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. That's a VG copy. By the way, Andy Wade is at 48 on the Nebworth concert. 48 on the Nebworth concert. The Age of Television with book is $9.99. Grover Washington Jr., Wine Light. Just the 2 of us. Bill Withers. Alan Parsons Project, I, Robot. That's a VG $9.99. Ero Gardner. Yeah, there's no N there, is there? Ero. I think that's what Doc said earlier. Ero. I always want to put an N in there, enroll. But it's Ero Gardner, $9.99. That's 180 gram. Leon Russell, $9.99. So is Panther City Blues and Mavis Staples. Okay, so we're about to sell Nebworth because James says he's out. Tracy Miller wants the Kenny Rogers. That's sold to Tracy Miller. Jedit wants the GWJR. GWJR. That was Grover Washington Jr. That's sold to Jedit. And I'm pulling it off the table. 5, 4, 3, 2, and Andy Wade gets the Nebworth for $48. Okay, let me go through the. Let's see what I got here. I got an interesting, like, odd crate of just random. There's Waxworks soundtracks. I got Rush Moving Pictures, 200 gram. Let me take a look at this Japanese Police. The Japanese Police. Okay, so yeah, this is, I think some of the Japanese stuff I have tonight is going to be ones that I test played. This is one I test played a while back because it has like, it looks like it's dirty, but it won't come off, if that makes sense. It's almost what I call like a acidic transfer, but it sounded really good when I played it. Plus, we're going to start these cheap enough where you're going to really like them for the price, and they sound good. So I've got a stack. Some of these I played last night, like Nebworth. This one I played a while back. I really can't remember it, but I just remember there was no issues with it. It still sounded really good for a Japanese pressing. This is the Police Regatta de Blanc, and that's going to be a $20 start. The Police is a $20 start. Sometimes we get these from Japan. They grade them for us. Sometimes we look at them visually, but I think sometimes they test play them. But when we get them, we're like, uh-oh, this may be subject, but actually it turns out to be okay. So $20 start on the Police. Here's a cool one. This one has some light feelers in it right here. I remember this one. It made a light pop when I played it. It did not skip. It did not jump. And it's right. And actually, the feelable mark is in between the tracks. So it gets quiet, and then it makes like it made like a light pop right there. That at this point, we're talking, I guess we're like splitting hairs, right? So Japanese pressing of the Monkeys Instant Replay. It's got the insert. It's super clean. Other than that, it looks like a pristine record. So it's got that unfortunate one needle drop. And this is a $20 start. The Monkeys Instant Replay. That's a $20 start. That was the first vintage bin. I'm about to grab the other one, which everything in here is going to be $14.99. I repeat, everything in here is going to be $14.99. So the Police 2022, 25, Monkeys is at 20. And now we're going to do a $14.99 quake. What kind of equipment do you use? Cartridge. Well, we have a lot of equipment here. We buy and sell vintage audio equipment, so the turntable I use can change sometimes month to month. But right now, I've been using a Music Hall. I can't remember the brand. I bought it from Alex Roman. He's watching right now. I can't remember the brand or the model. We've got, I think it's got a Music Hall cartridge on it, and then we've got, I'm using a Sony amp and vintage Klipsch Bell speakers. That's what I'm using. That's what I use on a daily basis here. But that could change week to week. We probably got 30 turntables, 20 sets of speakers, and if I put them all in one place, we probably have 50 amps and receivers. So we got a lot of equipment here. I just don't really advertise that we sell it because it's a hassle to ship and guarantee. Okay, so both auctions have bids. Police 27 and the Monkeys is at 20. Everything in here is $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Roxy Music Manifesto. This is an EX copy. An EX copy of Roxy Music Manifesto, $14.99. It's a Music Hall classic. Great turntable. Yeah, it's like laser. You just put your finger over a button, laser, and it automatically starts. Really good. I wish it auto stopped, which I think it used to, and it doesn't anymore. I don't know if I turned off a button or maybe the arm got a little misaligned, but Alex, I'm pretty sure it used to auto stop, but it doesn't anymore. Sam, the Sham, their second album. This is a VG Plus, $14.99. I felt like something was causing a jam in here, but I guess not. The sleeve don't want to. Oh, I see what's going on. There we go. Yeah, so Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs, their second album. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. Let me get focused here. We have Police 27, Police 30. Donnie Moore wants Roxy Music. David, you're the 20. Auto stop. I think I turned that off because now it don't want to auto stop. And Police 35. Let me update our auctions. Then I'm going to get laser focused on this bin because I have a feeling we're probably going to do like the last one and probably sell almost all of them. This is the Police Regatta de Blanc. It's not a pristine copy. It's not check condition. It's kind of one of these like iffy ones. It doesn't look pristine, but it is. And that's Regatta de Blanc, the Police. That's $37. This is on a final call. The Monkeys Instant Replay is on a final call. This one is the same way, but it actually has a fillable mark. Very light, very small. It made a light pop. The Monkeys Instant Replay. I think $20 is a bargain. David Johnson may end up with it for that. He's at $20. That's going twice, going 3 times. So the only thing we've sold out of here is Roxy Music to Donnie Moore. Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs VG Plus is still available. Does that one have Wooly Bully on it? I don't know which one has Wooly Bully on it. Not on that one. Okay. Pictures at an exhibition, $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Everything in here is $14.99. These are discounted prices. Everything in here is on sale for $14.99. Todd Rundgren. This is called A Wizard, a True Star. Todd Rundgren, A Wizard, a True Star. $14.99. Art Farmer, Modern Art. This is a direct metal mastering, 180 gram. Now $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99 on sale. Lonesome Sundown, Been Gone Too Long. That's on the Alligator label. $14.99. Melissa Etheridge, Barnes & Noble Red exclusive vinyl. This is $14.99. You may see some of these that look familiar. They're from the Murfreesboro collection, marking them down for one of the first times. Coleman Hawkins Encounters Ben Webster, 180 gram reissue, $14.99. Coleman Hawkins Encounters Ben Webster. Shelly Mann, 234, a wax time 180 gram reissue, $14.99. Update on the Police. We had 38. I'll do a crate of punk and hardcore next. I'll do punk and hardcore next to keep everybody on the edge of their seat so you don't go anywhere. Police 38, Police 42. Let's see. Dale says hopefully another hour. Dale, there's 3 crates. I might go through all of them tonight because I don't have a whole lot of crates ready for tonight after these. Police 43, Doc Smith first to Art. That was Art Farmer. That sold to Doc Smith. David Tate got the Melissa Etheridge. That sold to David Tate. Police 45, Michael Nath first on Coleman Hawkins. Doc Smith second. Ed Nelson on AF. AF was Art Farmer. That means Art Farmer. I lost my spot. Ed Nelson, Art Farmer. Police 46, Michael Nath first on Shelly Mann, and Mike Vandergents, you were second on the Hawkins Webster. The Police is now at 56. Let's go ahead and sell this to David Johnson. Feel like you got a deal on that. I might have kept that if I knew it was only going to bring 20. But that's sold to David Johnson for $20. $20. Now, this is going to be a little bit higher start. It's not a Japanese pressing, but as we now know, I think these are done and out of print. This is Rush Moving Pictures. This is a 200 gram copy. This has got the original baggie and hop sticker. I've 100% confirmed it. I've listened to it. This is a 200 gram, and as y'all know, these are out of print. They're not making them. We know that because I've ordered 100 copies at least lately, and they're not making these. So this is a used copy. I need to re-clean it. It's got a fingerprint smudge there. That might even be mine. Sorry about that. I have listened to it. Of course, it sounds incredible. Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, everything on that first side. And this is going to be a, I don't know. Can't remember what, somebody traded this in or something. I'll say a $45 start. I mean, I hadn't discogs it in a while, but 200 grams are out of print now. So $45 start. That is a 200 gram on the Rush. $45 start. John Miller on Lonesome Sundown. And everything in here is $14.99. So far, that just leaves Todd Rundgren, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. Everything in this crate's $14.99. High bid on the Police. Fred Carnell's out. James Bragg has the Police for $51. $51. 24 Karat Hits, a double dozen of the all-time bestsellers by Hank Williams with this gold foil cover. This is now $14.99 MGM. It's perfect. 2LP. We don't get that one as often, that compilation. Mike Vandergents wants Sam the Sham. That's sold to Mike. Rush is at 65 with Preston. Final Call on the Police at 51 with James Bragg. Bananarama, True Confessions. That is a full album. The reason I say that is because they have a lot of 12-inch singles that looks just like their albums. That is the full album. Has their hit song Venus, which is a cover song, but they revived that in the 80s. Bananarama, $14.99. Willie Nelson Live, I Gotta Get Drunk. Willie Nelson, $14.99. Willie Nelson. Jimmy McGriff and Junior Parker, $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Early Steppenwolf, I've got this half off at $14.99. It's a beautiful copy, original ABC Dunhill. It's heavy too, feels like 200 gram. $14.99. $14.99. Sean Kelly on Bananarama. Sean Kelly, is that a new, I feel like I've said Sean Kelly before. Is that a new customer? Thank the new customer. I have this database of names archived in my head, and sometimes I'm like, uh-oh, that sounds new to me. Sean Kelly, let me know if you're a first-time buyer, and I'll give you instructions. Doc Smith wants the Jimmy McGriff. I'm one C. Michael Nath purchase away from a bingo. Right, Tanner? I said that just to make sure you needed a right Tanner. It has the pusher on it. It does. Don't play that around your parents. He says a very bad word like 50 times in a row. Sorry if you can hear me drinking. I ate an entire pizza earlier, and I'm very much regretting it. We have a local pizza place here, Town Square Social. They have a big, huge brick oven pizza right in the middle of the restaurant. And about once a month, I'll go over there and I'll order an entire pizza, and I eat it in about 60 seconds. Tanner can vouch. He's like, dude, what's wrong with you? And I was like, it's very good pizza. But then it feels like I got a sponge living inside of me, so I'm back. As Frank Costanza says, I'm back, baby. Steve Winwood, Ark of a Diver. This is in shrink wrap. Really nice copy. $14.99. Steve Winwood, Ark of a Diver. I love Steve Winwood. $14.99. Who doesn't? $14.99. Steve Winwood. The Beach Boys Holland. This is a VG Plus, $14.99. The Beach Boys Holland, VG Plus, $14.99. And Hall & Oates, H2O. Hall & Oates, H2O. This thing looks like it's unplayed. Maneater, first track on side A, $14.99 for Hall & Oates. This is one of those weird covers. I actually think that's the front of it, but that's the side that has the writing on it. I actually think that's the front, but we always put it out like that so people can see the title. Naz is a Rhino, $14.99. Naz, self-titled. Naz, $14.99. That is a Rhino pressing. Okay, back up to the top. We see. Let's see here. Didn't know Willie drank. Yeah, he drank and smoked. Let's see here. Donnie Moore on Steve. Steve Winwood. Donnie Moore on Steve. Let's see here. Joe Maynard. Joe Maynard and H&O. Michael Nath was just in the store today. I got to meet two customers. My mom left at 2. I was supposed to be here to open. I didn't get here till like 3:30. Ivan Villavenicio. I meant to ask him how to say his name. He's probably watching right now. I wanted a live confirmation on his last name, but I met him here to pick up his order. It's about the time he walked out the door, C. Michael Nath walked in. So I got to see two buyers. I am never here during the store. I didn't know how to find their orders. I didn't know how to use the system almost. I had to get Tanner and Doug to help me. That's why sometimes when y'all ask me questions, like a question about this or that, I'm like, I don't know. I wish I did, but I can't. So I can't tell you. Steppenwolf Monster. I just buy them and sell them. $14.99 Steppenwolf Monster. This is an OG press, and it's in really good condition. I remember the night I originally showed this. I'm like, guys, this is usually worn out. Very clean copy. $14.99. Alan Parsons Project. We had a VG copy earlier no one bid on. This is a near mint one. Has the original inner sleeve. Very clean copy. $14.99. I guess we can end some auctions. I know the Police was on the final call. Let's go ahead and sell the Police to James Bragg for $51. Now, Preston has the Rush Moving Pictures for $65. $65 Rush Moving Pictures. That's a 200 gram. That sounds incredible, by the way. 180 grams sound great too, but these, for some reason, they shouldn't. It's just the weight of the vinyl, but they sound better. I don't know what's up with that. They just do, though. Let's see here. Let's see. Did you refund my shipping? Oh, I thought we usually keep that for a tip. My bad. I will refund that to you, though. Jeff McMaster wants SSW. That is SSW. That's Steppen. That is SSW. Not Alan Parsons. Possibly Steppenwolf Monster. Naz, Holland, Steppenwolf. He wants Wolf. Okay. Now, do you want Monster or do you want early Steppenwolf? Let me know on that. Final call on Rush for 65. Ed Nelson's at 70. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe, $14.99. Back-to-back APPs. Rycooter, Bop Until You Drop. This is in shrink wrap, $14.99. $14.99. The Eagles, The Long Run, just $14.99. Eagles, The Long Run, $14.99. Preston was at a concert. I don't know if he's still watching. He's out. Okay, Ed's at 70 on Rush. Ed, you may end up with that. Going once, going twice. Brian Ferry, this one's called These Foolish Things. That is on sale, $14.99. And so is Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together. That's $14.99. And Brian Ferry, The Bride Stripped Bare, that's $14.99. Jeff McMaster did want Monster. So early Steppenwolf is still available if anybody wants it. Now we're on a final call at Rush at 70. Johnny Cash, Bitter Tears, $14.99. Johnny Cash, Bitter Tears, $14.99. Donovan's Greatest Hits is sealed. This has never been opened. $14.99. That's a sealed copy. It's not a gatefold, or is it? Is it a gatefold? Some of them are gatefolds, which means OG usually. This one's not a gatefold. That is sold to Jeff McMaster. Robert Palmer Riptide. Robert Palmer is $14.99. Mountain Live. Mountain Live. Classic Mountain Live. $14.99. And we have Rod Stewart, Never a Dull Moment. Rod Stewart is $14.99. Sticky Fingers. It's a VG copy. Only $14.99. That's just hard to believe. It's got the original zipper on it. $14.99. Michael Nath first on Rod Stewart. Let's sell Rush to Ed Nelson for $70. That's sold to Ed Nelson for $70. Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy. This is a VG copy, $14.99. Jeff McMaster first to Sticky Fingers. Well, guess what? I've got one I'm about to put up for auction. John marked this one really pricey. Now, when I looked it up, you know, some of these records, like there's some Neil Young albums we had not too long ago, and they were pretty pricey too. And actually, if you look them up, there's certain pressings in really high grade. It's like outliers. People pay, if you can say you got a really high grade copy. This one isn't like pristine, but it is really nice. It's closer to the EX Plus side. It's EX Plus, I would say. There's the label. It is a 71 Phillips press. Yeah, a 1971 Phillips press. Of course, got the original sleeve. What a classic album. Boy, I like this right here. Can't You Hear Me Knocking? Man, of course, Brown Sugar's on here. Wild Horses, Dead Flowers, but Can't You Hear Me Knocking? Wow, that's a song. Zipper cover, it's got a little bit of a problem right here at the top of his belt buckle. It's got a little bit of problems here, and the spine's not bad though. So we're going to send it to a new home because I'm going to start it just for $25. This is a 71 Phillips press. The vinyl is closer to the EX Plus side, $25 start, and that is a 71 Phillips. So first to first to that VG Sticky Fingers, Tanner, was Jeff, and he's passing. So that goes to Scotty Hypes. Scotty, you were second on the Stones. Matthew was third. Jim was fourth. Randy fifth. Robert sixth. And Randy was first to Steely Dan. Randy was first to Steely Dan. And Robin, there was about 6 other people already in line for Sticky Fingers. Rolling Stones, 25, 25, 25, 30, 28, and 27. The Beach Boys Party, VG Plus, $14.99, and it has the photos with it. VG Plus, $14.99. Bonanza, TV's original cast. I like this one just for the cover. The vinyl is VG, and that is $14.99. Bonanza, $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99 on sale price. Roy Buchanan, that's what I'm here for. Roy Buchanan is $14.99. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Bruce Springsteen, $14.99. And Spirit, The 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. I like listening to this. Orange Epic label. It's in an anti-static. I think I originally ultrasonically cleaned that one. That's why it's an anti-static. That's $14.99. Michael Nath first to the Roy Buchanan. Roger Ramjet wants the Mountain Live. That's sold to Roger Ramjet. Spirit sold to Donnie Moore. And the last record in here, nope, there's a couple more. Simon and Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. This is 180 gram. This is 180 gram We Are Vinyl. Alan is first to Bruce Springsteen. That is sold to Alan. John Young on Simon and Garfunkel. And he'll probably say, I thought it was OG. He'll want to put it back. But we'll see. He may want it. Put back. I knew it. It looks like an OG label when I first peeked at it, right? But that's 180 gram. Is it in mono? No, that says non-breakable. Didn't realize an OG. I can read y'all's minds. T for the Tillerman, Cat Stevens. This is also 180 gram, $14.99. T for the Tillerman, $14.99. So, Alan, I got you down for Bruce. Thank you. John put back Simon and Garfunkel, so it's still available. And the high bid on the Rolling Stones is Jeff McMaster at $45. Jeff McMaster's at $45 on that. Okay, so if we're just hopping on, I see we got a lot of people on now. Everything in this bin is $14.99. I am going to start another auction. I'm working on some kind of, I guess, check condition Japanese stuff. It's stuff that we don't grade, but they got marks, but sometimes they don't really affect the playback. This one is a fillable mark here. They all have different stories, of course. This is Carole King Tapestry. It does have a fillable mark here. It just makes a light click. It's not too deep. It doesn't skip or jump. It makes a light click when you listen to it. Other than that, after you get past that, you got your standard near mint minus pristine Japanese pressing of Carole King Tapestry. But it does have that unfortunate mark on it. This is a $20 start. $20 start, Carole King Tapestry, Japanese press. It does have a fillable mark on it. So overall, you'll have to call that a VG Plus because of that one mark. Final call on the Rolling Stones at $45. Everything in here is $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99 on sale. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Pictures at an Exhibition. Todd Rundgren, A Wizard, A True Star. Those are both near mint minus, EX Plus. 24 karat hits, Hank Williams. This is $14.99, 24 karat hits. Willie Nelson Live, I Gotta Get Drunk, $14.99. The Beach Boys Holland is a VG Plus, $14.99. Naz, that's a Rhino reissue. Todd Rundgren Naz, $14.99. Really clean copy of iRobot. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, $14.99. Ry Cooter, Bop Till You Drop, $14.99. Eagles, The Long Run, just $14.99. Really surprised that one's still there for an Eagles album. We got 3 Brian Ferries. I actually will do a bundle deal on these. I got them marked down 15, 15, 15. I'm thinking if somebody wants all 3 of them, $35. Yeah, $35 if anybody wants all 3 of these. 1, 2, 3 Brian Ferries. Just say you want them, and those are $35 for the 3. Early Steppenwolf is $14.99. Johnny Cash, Bitter Tears. That's on the original label, $14.99. Johnny Cash, Bitter Tears, $14.99. Robert Palmer, Riptide, $14.99. Can't believe the Eagle's still there. It's not anymore. It's sold to David Tate. Terry, your comment came in on Brian Ferry as soon as I was telling about that. So, Terry, let me know if you do want all 3 for $35. Beach Boys Party. This has the photo inserts with it. If you're looking for that, that's a VG Plus on the vinyl. $14.99. Jesse Hood on Johnny Cash. That's sold to Jesse Hood. Bonanza. Man, I've watched a lot of Bonanza. Used to come home from school. It would be on the TV channel. Me and Dad, Bonanza. I've watched a lot of Bonanza. Simon and Garfunkel, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, $14.99. And T for the Tillerman, Cat Stevens, $14.99. T for the Tillerman, $14.99. I think I've got like 5 copies of that. 2 sealed, shrink wrap. It's like something. If I see a nice one, I'm keeping it. He wants all 3 of them. Did you have a $35 for all 3 Brian Ferries. Those are sold to Terry Westwood. Kirk said he'd give $25 for both Alan Parsons. Kirk, those are both sold to you. $25. And let's go ahead and sell Sticky Fingers. I was waiting for a little bit more activity, but we got to sell it to Jeff McMaster for $45. And Carole King Tapestry is on its final call. It does have 1 fillable mark. Jim Nielsen has it for just $20 with insert and Obi. Classic Carole King album. Classic Carole King album on that. Let's see here. How much was the... Somebody asked also... Somebody asked a song, Lonesome I Could Cry on that Hank. I'm sure. It's got everything on it. It's got 24 tracks. Your Cheating Heart, Lonesome Whistle, Cold Cold Heart. I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Robin, it's on here. $14.99 if you want it. And then the other question was, Robin says she'll take it. Robin asked about that earlier. That's $14.99. And anybody else before I move on? Anybody else before I move on? Now, we're going to, let me see if this is the crate I want to go through next. Stand by, everybody. Make sure I hadn't gone through this one before. I don't think I've been through this one. No. Okay, so this is where the show gets really entertaining. Okay? Show gets really entertaining. Yeah. I'm about to attempt to go through what's on the Poe. That's already so. That was an album. That's been asking for what? A lot of people's been asking for punk, but I think they're watching. I really don't remember. Now, there's a lot of these prices that I'm going to say on the fly. John originally marked a lot of these because he figured I would auction them, and there's just so many that I needed to auction. What we decided to do is straight price them. So there's a lot of these that you're going to hear me tell Tanner, this is the price, because John's got a lot of them marked at what he kind of originally showed me some of these crates, like here's probably what you could start them for at auction. And some of them I'm just going to go ahead and straight price, which may be the auction price, or you're going to be hearing me say a price. So you're going to be hearing me say a price a lot live to you, and probably repeating that to Tanner so they get tagged correctly. So that's what's going on with this bin. This is a lot of, I don't know what's in here. I do think there's some metal, probably a little bit of punk, hardcore. I said it's going to be very entertaining because I am going to struggle trying to read these. There's going to be some horrific covers and some horrific names. That's horrific, not terrific. So we'll get to that in just a second. First, let me go ahead and sell Carole King. I'm going to introduce two new auctions before we get started. Jim Nielsen gets the Carole King for $20. I've got a couple more check condition Japanese pressings. Let me do these. We have Creedence Clearwater Pendulum. And we got a Jimi Hendrix calendar. I figured somebody would get me started at $1 on this. So, Jimi Hendrix official calendar from 2014. $1 start. That was mixed in with some records. I'm sure it's got some really cool pictures. I've seen a lot of people before cut out pictures of calendars. See that? I mean, it's got some really cool pictures in it, and frame them and make collages or whatever. But Jimi Hendrix calendar, it is sealed. $1 start. And let me see what's going on with this Creedence Clearwater. Let me see what's going on with this Creedence Clearwater. Yeah, it's just got more scuffs and marks than usual. So this is truly like a VG Plus copy. This is truly like a VG Plus copy of CCR Pendulum, Japanese press. Very nice cover though with Obi. That's going to be a $20 start. $20 start. Okay. $1 start on Jimi Hendrix. Let's go through here. First record is $24.99. This is ID Under Genericide. ID Under Genericide, maybe. $24.99. Hardcore Holocaust 2. VG Plus $29.99. VG Plus $29.99. Hardcore Holocaust 2. Mike Massey right out of the gate. You're probably going to be hearing me say the name Mike Massey a lot. Tanner, that one was $24.99 for ID Under. Hardcore Holocaust 2, Fiji plus $29.99. This one's $24.99. There's a Method to Our Madness, also $24.99. There's a Method to Our Madness. We Bite Records. I guess that's the name of the artist. 1987 Germany. That's sold to Mike Massey. Tanner, that one was $24.99. This is $24.99. Hardcore Breakout USA. Hardcore Breakout USA. Looks like another compilation. Ultraman, Jawbreaker, Crucial Youth. That is $24.99. Okay, so the Jimi Hendrix calendar is at $5. Matthew says it'll be good again in 2025 when the days line up again. Hey, I never thought about that. Just stow it away for a few years. 2025 will be here, and wow, that's no time. And then CCR was a $20 start, I believe. Yep. Dennis Nelson on Hardcore, and Tanner, that one was $24.99. That's sold to Dennis Nelson. All righty. What do we have here? This one is $29.99. 2011 U.S. Purple Marbled Vinyl. Youth of Today, Can't Close My Eyes. Youth of Today. And that is sold to Dennis Nelson. Boy, they are fast on these. That one is sticker on the back. Mike Massey's second. Whew. I can't figure it out. Y'all just know them a lot better than I do, but I'm like trying to figure out what I should say, and boom, they've already, I mean, so fast too. It's like not a fiber. It's like fiber almost through all this, my phone and everything. So fast. This is sold to, what was the one we just sold? What was the last one? I want to make sure there was something else that just said Hardcore. Okay, Youth of Today. So this goes to Dennis Nelson, right? He put Hardcore. That's sold to Dennis Nelson. And that was a sticker on the back. Okay. Is that right, Dennis? You got Youth of Today and you want the Hardcore Holocaust. I got you down for both. Mike Massey was second on Youth of Today. John Mincemore, you were second on Hardcore Holocaust. Craig Thomas, you were third. Randy is in at $20 on CCR. So the calendar is on its final call. The calendar, it's on its final call, $5, and CCR is at $25. I wanted Hardcore Breakout. Okay, that one's already been tagged. So this one is sold to John Mincemore. John Mincemore gets this one for sticker on the back. All right. Doug, we're right in the middle of punk and hardcore.
Nice.
Youth of Today, we're not in this alone. Youth of Today, $29.99, 2013 U.S. Blue Marbled Vinyl. Wow, that's incredible. I'm impressed by how fast y'all can buy these. Mike Massey got Youth of Today. That is sold to him $29.99. Next one is $34.99. It's a 1986 UK pressing, Charged GBH, the Clay Years. Charged GBH, the Clay Years, 81 to 84. That is sold to Dennis Nelson. This whole crate's going to get wiped out, I have a feeling. Ryan Anderson was second. Dennis Nelson first, Mike Massey second, Craig Thomas third, Ryan Anderson fourth. Next is a 1982 U.S. pressing, $24.99. I've had this before. War on 45, March into the 80s. Grade 8 tunes, 8 songs to march by. That is sold to Mike Massey. Incredible. Craig Thomas was second. Next is $39.99. You probably see me peeking at the prices. $39.99. It's a green vinyl pressing. This is, I don't know, Surgical Tools. Carcass, Surgical Steel. Hey, I was close. Surgical Steel, Carcass, $39.99. That is sold to Jim Engelman. All right. I'm about to wrap up these auctions so I can put up some new stuff that may interest other buyers that's not interested in OI. So the Jimi Hendrix calendar is sold. Is that to Showstopper Ron? Did we sell something to the Netherlands? Showstopper Ron, I've got you on the Jimi Hendrix calendar for $5. If that's correct, that's sold to you. I guess that's going to the Netherlands. Make sure you contact us with your information. And CCR is sold to... Did Doug just take a deep breath? Doug's like, oh, great. I got to deal with customs again. Creedence Clearwater Revival is sold to Randy Scarborough. Is that right? Randy Scarborough. Where are you, Mr. Randy? There you are. CCR start. No one else bid. He got that for $20. Great price. All right. Have you seen any of my comments on Facebook? I seen some earlier, yes. Yes. Carol, are you trying to buy some punk music? All right, let me put up a couple new auctions. Let's do some $1 starts to just keep everybody all giggly and happy. We have the Rolling Stones. We have the Rolling Stones Suckin' in the 70s. It has the original inner sleeve. This is a Rolling Stones compilation. I'll read you some of the hits like Shattered, Full to Cry, Beast of Burden. Some great songs on here. That is a $1 start. $1 start. That's a Rolling Stones Suckin' in the 70s. I've got that up for a $1 start. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers is on a Blue Note label. This is not an OG. If it was, I'd be keeping it. This is a 1987. You see what I had it originally priced for. I'll go ahead and let you in. I'm going to put it up for a $5 start. A $5 start. $5 start. Who got the Jimmy calendar? That was Showstopper Ron. Showstopper Ron got that. I got to make sure he knows to send us the information. So Art Blakey's up for bid, and so is the Rolling Stones. Craig just posted the tracks. Back to the Oi crate. This next one is $49.99. This must be a good one. 1986. Naked Ray Gun. All Rise. Naked Ray Gun. Well, that looks pretty cool. Mike Massey. That is so fast. That is sold to Mike Massey. Next is $24.99. It's a picture disc. This is DOA Bloodied but Unbowed. The Damage to Date. That is $24.99. $29.99 on GBH. Now, there were several people on this. GBH, Midnight Madness and Beyond. $29.99. GBH. And, ooh, this next one is $119.99. Whoa. $119.99. 2014 US on red vinyl. Battle Ruins. Battle Ruins. $119.99. Red vinyl. Well, that's a sick label. Very scary. Battle Ruins. You don't want to meet those guys in a dark alley. $119.99. $49.99 for Mayhem. Death Crush. Mayhem. That's $49.99. Okay, back up to our auctions. We have a lot of activity since I laid those down. Art Blakey 10, Rolling Stones 10, Art Blakey 5, Art Blakey 10, Rolling Stones 12, Rolling Stones 20, Rolling Stones 7, Art Blakey 5, Art Blakey 15, Mike Massey on Knackin'. We've already pulled that one, haven't we? Yeah, we've already pulled Knackin'. Art Blakey 15, Art Blakey 20, Art Blakey 25, Mike Massey first to GBH. Mike Massey first to GBH, Ryan Anderson second, Steve Merkel third, Craig Thomas fourth, Art Blakey 22, Art Blakey 26, Art Blakey 30, Art Blakey 30, Mike Massey first to Battle Ruins, Chris Pruitt first to Mayhem. Chris Pruitt was first to the Mayhem picture disc. Mike Vandergit second, Robin Pruitt third, Terry Westwood fourth, Dennis Nelson first on DOA. Dennis Nelson first on DOA. Is Chris Pruitt and Robin Pruitt the same buyers? Is Chris Pruitt and Robert Pruitt the same account? If so, please let us know. Okay, Rolling Stones. So high bid on the Rolling Stones. I remember saying 20 with Gloria Bowers. This is a Suckin' in the 70s, which is a Rolling Stones hits compilation from 1981. Gloria has this for $20. Gloria has that for $20. And then the Art Blakey, that's a classic, Moanin'. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, 1987 Blue Note. The high bid on that, the high bid on Art Blakey, I see 30 and 30, but I thought we had something in the 40s earlier. Maybe not. I don't guess so. So Art Blakey, Chris Ferrara was first. Chris Ferrara was first at 30. Okay. She's my mama. Okay, so that means we put it on the same tab. I guess. Is she paying for it? Next is $64.99. This is a 1986 US picture disc of Voivod. 1986, and that is $64.99. 1986 US. Art Blakey's at 31, and the Rolling Stones is at 25. Next is $49.99. $49.99. This is the Resort 1989. It's a 1989 UK. $49.99. Great stuff in here tonight. So far, everything has sold. $24.99 for the next one. It's a 1980 UK. That's Crash Course UK Subs Live. Crash Course UK Subs Live. $24.99. The language on this album is offensive, not defensive. Chris Ferrara is at 35 on Art Blakey. Mike Massey first on the Resort. And Craig was first to UK Subs. Craig is first to UK Subs. All right. And Jeff was second. Only thing left now is Voivod. So we got new bids on both auctions. Gloria's out on the Stones, and that means Brian Miller has it for 25. That's going once, going twice, and Art Blakey's at 37. Okay. Next is, let me take a peek at it. Next is $34.99. This is TSOL Code Blue, limited edition blue vinyl, TSOL Code Blue, and that is $34.99. That's a 2014 blue vinyl. Ryan caught a peek of it. That sold to Ryan Anderson. And Tanner, that one was $34.99. $34.99 for TSOL. I've heard of them. Craig Thomas was second. All right. Next is $44.99. It's a 1987 US press. That is NOD, Method of Destruction, USA for Mod. That is a 1987 US, $44.99. That sold to Martin Pryor. Martin Pryor first on that one. Art Blakey's now at $38 with Andrew Schoen. This is a 1987 Blue Note reissue, the classic Moanin'. This is probably my favorite jazz album. I like jazz drummers probably more than anything, and you know, this has got a couple tracks on it, and you think you're listening to like John Bonham or something. Very good stuff. That's Andrew Schoen at $38, and Final Call on the Stones at $25. Wow, the only thing left is Voivod. Next is $44.99. It's a 1985 French pressing. 1985 French pressing, and it is SNFU, and no one else wanted to play. And that is sold to Mike Massey. Craig Thomas was second. Next is $54.99. It's a 1988 UK pressing. 1988 UK pressing of Napalm Death. I've heard of them from Enslavement to Obliteration. Napalm Death. John Mintzmorier was first to that one. John Mintzmorier was first to that one. And Steve, you were second. Even with autocorrect, Steve, you were second. Okay. Let's go ahead and sell the Stones. It's $25 to Brian Miller. $25 to Brian Miller. And high bid on Art Blakey now is Andrew Schoen at $38, going once, going twice. Next is $24.99. $24.99. I don't know what it is. Appendix. Money is not my currency. Appendix. $24.99. Looks Germanish. $24.99. Appendix. Next record is $44.99. It's a 1981 UK pressing of Antipasti. The Last Call. A 1981 UK. That's sold to Mike Massey. Art Blakey's now at $40 with Chris Ferrara. Mike Massey got Anti. Next is $24.99. It's a 2013 US pressing of War Master. Blood, and then a bad word. War Master. That is $24.99. I think they can tell like right in here. I think some people, they probably can identify it from that. $27.99 for Anarchy. Hardcore Lives. Anarchy, $27.99, 1988 US. Anarchy, Hardcore Lives, $27.99. Come on through, Mr. Doug.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Mike Massey first on Anarchy. Mike Vandergit second. Chris Ferrara is next on Art Blakey. Yeah, it's not that. It's just like anything else. Like I can spot a cover of Led Zeppelin 4 from 500 yards away. Y'all know these like some of us know other stuff. Okay, next is $24.99, Rumble Party Volume 2. Now that's a kind of a decent cover. This may be a children's record. Rumble Party Volume 2. That's a UK pressing on orange vinyl. $24.99. Rumble Party. $24.99. Also $24.99 is Distress. O.D. Danas do Sutra. Distress. That's a 2004 Spain pressing. That's sold to Mike Massey. Distress. Do you need back through? Oh. $29.99 for this one. $29.99. Cannabis Corpse. 2010 green splatter vinyl. $29.99. Cannabis Corpse. Now that's a wild looking color. $29.99. $69.99 for Operation Ivy. $69.99 for Operation Ivy, and that's a 1996 US. James Bragg first on Cannabis. That's sold to James Bragg. Final call on Art Blakey. Chris Ferrara, let me know if, Andrew Showen, let me know if you're in or out, because Chris Ferrara has it for $45. Orlando Martinez, first to Operation Ivy. Orlando Martinez, first to this one. I think we've sold before to Orlando, haven't we? I recognize that profile picture. Of course, that might be something I've seen before somewhere else. But Orlando, let me know if you're a first-time buyer so we can give you information. James Bragg is second. Andrew's out on Art Blakey, so let me go ahead and sell that pretty soon so we can get 2 new auctions. Chris Farrar has that for $45. Susie wants the Rumble Party. That's sold to Susie. Okay. Next is $27.99. It's a 1982 UK pressing of Punk and Disorderly. Looks like a compilation. Vice Squads, The Addicts, UK Decay, Dead Kennedys is on here. And that is sold to Mike Massey. Mike Massey. I've bought before. I thought so. I recognize that profile picture. I'm not for sure what's going on, but I just recognized that before. This is $24.99. Totalian Chaos. Totalian Chaos. That is $24.99. $24.99. $29.99 for Wrecking Crew. Balance of Terror. 1989 US. Wrecking Crew. Balance of Terror. $29.99. Mike gets that one. All right, let's go ahead and sell. Let's see. Sean wanted EC, but he meant WC. All right, let's go ahead and sell Art Blakey to Chris Ferrara for $45. That's sold for $45. Let me grab 2 new auctions. Let me find where I did with that high-end bin of stuff that I was going to auction tonight. Where are you, high-end bin? Yeah, I don't know which Punk records to auction either. I guess I can peek in the next bin. I got 2 more bins full of this stuff. Let me see what I got. I think there's some stuff in here that I've seen, or yeah, wow, is this an OG Metallica? It's Garage Inc. It looks like an older pressing. I know that would stir up some interest on Metallica Day. Let me see here. This is very, I feel like I've heard of Naked Aggression before. I'm not for sure. There's a Metallica. What is that? I'm not for sure. I'm only pulling out Metallica. That's so far the only thing I really know in here. Let me see what's in this other crate. I thought there were some other like Misfits boots that we hadn't got to. Yeah, what's crazy is these have been in the back for 3 months priced. We just hadn't brought them out. Okay, here's something I think I've had before. This will be an interesting auction item. And let me see here. Exorcist. All right, let me put this up. Edward Scissorhands. Let me put that up, and let me see what else I got in here. Where is... Stand by. Stand by. I'm missing one crate. If I can find it. Not that one. I'm not for sure. Okay, well, we'll just do this one for now. We don't want anybody falling asleep. Okay, let me go back up to the top. Let me let Tanner get back up here first. I don't know where he went to because I'm about to do a lot of different stuff here for a second. Give me about 5 seconds. Oh, maybe this is the stack I was looking for. Let's see here. Yeah, here's a copy of Led Zeppelin 4. This will be interesting. Okay. All right, so Mike Massey got the Wrecking Crew. Sean was second. And then Showstopper Ron, that was not a claim. Billy Talent, I have no idea. Okay. So, and then Mike Massey needs to put back, Punk and Disorderly. He's already bought that from us before. Okay, back to this bin. I'll introduce these two auctions in just a second. This is $32.99. It is something I cannot read. It's called Hell on Earth. Toxic Holocaust. Toxic Holocaust. I can see it now. That's $32.99, 2005 US yellow and clear vinyl. Toxic Holocaust. Out of Order. Out of Order is $49.99, 1986 US press. Out of Order, $49.99. If anybody wants Punk or Disorderly, that was that comp I showed earlier, 1982 red vinyl, $27.99. Mike Massey wants Out of Order. That's sold to Mike Massey, $24.99. Anti-Scene, Honor Among Thieves, 1988 US in shrink wrap. 1988 in shrink wrap. Chris Pruitt wants the Punk. Juventude second, Mike third, Ryan fourth, and Mike Massey first on Anti-Scene. Next is $29.99, Youth Brigade, Reminder 86. Youth Brigade, $29.99, 1988 Italy. What makes these so interesting, Mike Massey first on Youth Brigade, what makes these so interesting is we buy a lot of records, as y'all well know. We travel all over the country, and we rarely see this kind of stuff. I mean, it's just like, that's why it's such a big deal among the collectors and the people watching that's buying it. And I go to quite a bit of record shops. I mean, when I was in Austin, Texas and Dallas, I went to record shops, some big record shops that don't do online sales like we do, meaning they don't turn over probably as much inventory. I mean, we get stuff in and it's gone. Boom. They have stuff that's probably been sitting there a while. I never see anything. They don't have a Punk section sometimes. So it's just so hard to get this stuff. So hard to get this stuff. Edward Scissorhands. Let's put this up for auction. This was a waxwork. Is this waxwork or Mondo? This is waxwork. Let me show you what the vinyl looks like. This is the Edward Scissorhands splatter vinyl. This is the music composed by Danny Elfman. This is from Waxwork. It's absolutely mint. Edward Scissorhands. It has the insert with it. It does have this insert, almost frameable lithograph with it. I'm going to put this up. I got it stickered on the back. I'm going to discount it a little to hopefully get it sold to somebody tonight. $45 start. $45 start. $45 start on Edward Scissorhands. That's the Danny Elfman music. So yes, that's just the score music. And then we got a copy of Led Zeppelin 4 here. Let's put this up for auction. This is original inner sleeve, which has the lyrics of Stairway to Heaven. The vinyl on this one's about EX. This is a 77 club pressing, I think. It does say CRC, Columbia Record Club. It's a 5-digit. This is going to be a $25 start. $25 start on Led Zeppelin 4. EX copy. Edward Scissorhands is a 45. And I think if you Discogs that, you'll see that's a great price on that. Okay, let me go back up to the top. Punk is scared. Yes, they're very Very easy to get. Have you been to Europe? This year, I plan on going to a record show in Europe, and I'm still working on trying to get to Japan so we can buy some of this. So, okay. Next record is $24.99. Misery. Who's the Fool? Misery is a 1994 Germany pressing. $24.99. Back to the crate, back to the punk stuff. Next is $39.99. It's a 1989 US. Blast. Take the something ride. Take the Manic Ride. Blast is the label, isn't it? No, I guess that's the artist. SST is the label. That is $39.99. $29.99 for another Blast. $29.99 for another Blast. Actually, let me just do that one later, since we just had back-to-back Blast, because it's going to get very confusing. Very confusing. Broken Bones. Broken Bones is $39.99. Broken Bones, $39.99, and that's a 1984 UK. $39.99 UK. Okay, so Led Zeppelin 25. Led Zeppelin 25. We have Edward S. at Edward, and then Tracy Bidd, 45 on Edward. Mike Vandergits first to Misery. Mike Massey first to This Blast. Steve Merkel second. Edward S. also bid 45 on Edward, or Eric S. We already had Tracy in. 27 on Led Zeppelin. Mike Massey got Broken Bones. And let's see here. Led Zeppelin 29, and Edward S. is at 48 on Edward Scissorhands. So both auctions have bids. Now I will take the claim on this Blast record, The Power of Expression, $29.99. Blast, The Power of Expression, $29.99. And next is Marginal Man Identity, 1984 US, $54.99. Marginal Man Identity, $54.99. That is $54.99. VG Plus, $29.99 on The Incredible Shrinking Dickies. The Incredible Shrinking Dickies. The Dickies. That's a VG Plus, $29.99. Okay, so first on the second Blast was Mike Massey. Steve Merkel, you were second. Edward Scissorhands, 55. Craig was first to Marginal Man. Craig was first to that one. Mike Massey first to the Dickies. And let's go. That's the only thing left right here. I'm going to go through these one more time. Just that handful. Just that handful. All right. We have Voivod, 1986 US, $64.99. This is a Voivod 1986 US picture disc. It's in really nice condition too. It is. It's in very nice condition. Voivod. We've put it in a new sleeve and a cardboard backer. $64.99 on that one. This is $19.99. Appendix, Money Is Not My Currency. Appendix, $19.99. War Master. That was $19.99. Totalian Chaos, $19.99. Toxic Holocaust, Hell on Earth, 2005, yellow and clear vinyl, $32.99. Yellow and clear. Boy, that does look weird. All right, Mike Massey wants the appendix. Okay. Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands is at 55 with Tracy Miller. Tracy Miller's at 55 on the Edward Scissorhands, and Andrew Schoen is at 30 on Led Zeppelin. Andrew Schoen is at 30 on Led Zeppelin. All right, if anybody else wants anything in here, I would love to empty this crate. There's a couple, well, Voivod was a pricier one. If anybody wants to make an offer, I will greatly entertain it. Terry said $59.99. He was reading my mind. Terry, I will sell that to you. $5 off, sell that to Terry Westwood. We don't do $95, we do $59.99. I'll do $59.99 for you. Terry Westwood. Anybody else? There's only 3 records left, so I would love to sell those to you. We'll say we emptied that crate. Then I'm going to do a Buy It Now Best Offer crate next. No, let's do the on sale $20 crate. Where's my cardboard divider at? Okay. Yeah, I got stuff that's just $19.99. This one's going to blow your mind too. Everything in here is $19.99. Mike May says, I don't smoke, but if I did, I'd be lighting one up right now. That was an incredible run. That was wow. Okay. Chad, all at total. It's total in chaos. Oh, okay. I think I was misreading the title. Total in chaos. I think I was calling it something different. Thank you. Steve said he didn't have any fun. Sorry, Steve Merkel. Steve's been watching our show since the very beginning. I think he just got totally bummed out. Steve, I got 2 more crates of punk and hardcore music to go through. If you can, are you claiming that Showstopper, Ron? Are you wanting to buy it? Let me know if you're wanting to purchase that. I may be misunderstanding you. I think someone's already bought it, though, haven't they? Hold on a second. He's not wanting to buy it. Okay, my bad. Let me put these. I'm going to put these in the back of the other crate. Toxic. It's called what now? Total? Just want to make sure I get this one here. Total in Chaos. It looks like it says Total Alien Chaos to me. Total Alien? I'm not for sure. There's a rest of a word on there. Totalian? It looks like, I think I'm wanting to say something that's not there though, and then chaos. I'm not for sure. That's all new to me. All right. This is, okay, somebody wanted to see this one more time. My bad. We have a high bid on this. Tracy Miller at $55. And this is, I think they pressed this in a couple different colors. This is like a blue and white splatter. It's kind of more of an aqua. And it does have the lithograph insert. Covers in really nice condition. Tracy has that for $55. That's a final call. And Led Zeppelin, I believe, was at $30. Andrew Schoen has Led Zeppelin for $30. And those are final calls, $55 and $30. Okay. Everything right here that I've got my hands on is going to be $19.99. All right? That's on sale. That's on sale, $19.99. Then we got some $24.99. So, got some stuff I picked out, just $20. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, their self-titled album. This is a VG Plus, just $19.99. The top seam does have a split on it. VG Plus, $19.99. Everything here is $19.95. Yeah, $19.99. $19.99. VG Plus, Eric Clapton, No Reason to Cry. Hello, Old Friend. $19.99. Toe Allen, Totally Inside Chaos. Maybe so. That's something like that. Everything in here is $19.99. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot. David Bowie, this is a 1978 green vinyl. The top seam is a little split. It's got some cover damage, but this is the green vinyl. That's David Bowie narrating Peter and the Wolf, $19.99. OG press on CSN. Patrick, let's take a closer look. This is a 4-digit. It has an 1841 Broadway. It should be very close to an OG press, yes. Should be very close to it. There is a split up here on the seam, and the vinyl's VG Plus, but that is $19.99. All these are $19.99. Supertramp Paris, that's a live 2LP Supertramp, and here's some of the discounts I'm doing some of these. That was $32.99. So I've just picked out some stuff, $20, $20 records. Ron Wood, I've got my own album to do. This is a Barnes & Noble exclusive from Friday Music on blue vinyl, $19.99. Ron Wood, that's a Barnes & Noble new press. Juventude, first on Supertramp. These are all $19.99. We have Jay Giles, The Morning After. This is a German pressing, pristine German pressing. Scott, you were second on Supertramp Paris. And we have Eric Clapton, Backless. This is EX. EX copy, now $19.99. Ed Nelson wants the Ron Wood. That's sold to Ed Nelson. Let's go ahead and end these auctions. Tracy Miller gets the Edward Scissorhands. That's sold to Tracy Miller for $55. That is sold. I'm going to put up 2 new auctions right quick. And Led Zeppelin Coda is now sold for $30. And that was to Andrew Schoen. Andrew Schoen. And James Bragg for $19.99 wants the J. Giles German pressing of Morning After. We put up 2 new auctions. I've got some stuff right over here. I couldn't really find any punk I wanted to auction, but let's do, I pulled out some stuff that I quite couldn't put in the $24.99 bin. That would hurt my soul, but I'm going to put them up for auctions and start them for that price and see what happens. We have John Prine and we have Bob Dylan and the Band, a UK pressing. First, John Prine, Common Sense. We're going to put this up for a $20 start. This is one of his original studio albums, Common Sense. Does have some damage here on the spine. It's a little split. Has the original Atlantic inner sleeve. Of course, he was on the Atlantic label. John Prine, kind of a, not really a textured cover, but sort of. It's got a corner ding down here, and that's a $20 start for John Prine. For some reason, I don't see that one as often as I do the rest of his albums. And Bob Dylan and the Band, this is a UK press, a 1974 UK press. That's also a $20 start. So $20 starts for Bob Dylan and the Band and John Prine. Patrick Lear and Eric Clapton. Patrick, I'm assuming you want backless. So that's so do you for $19.99. Next is The Who, also $19.99. This is a import. I think this is German, but it's a compilation of kind of early Who music. See for Miles, Marianne with Shaky Hand. That is $19.99. There are 2 Eric Claptons. Yes, there is also No Reason to Cry. Those are both $19.99. Alan's in on John Prine at $20. No bids yet on Bob Dylan and the Band. Everything I'm showing is $19.99, like White Witch. This is a VG Plus copy of White Witch, $19.99. That's on Capricorn Records, $19.99 for that. Gino Vanelli, Powerful People, a MoFi pressing. I've got this marked down significantly, but I figured somebody might want it. It does have some seam splits, just like some of those other MoFi records we were auctioning last night. The cover's kind of beat, as you expect, near mint minus MoFi vinyl. That is $19.99. Also $19.99 is Lou Reed Legendary Hearts. It's got the original inner sleeve with it. It needs to be repressed because it's a little crinkled. But that is $19.99. Ed Nelson's back in on John Prine at $25. So Alan, you're out. Spencer Davis Group, Gimme Some Lovin'. Just $19.99. Spencer Davis Group, original United Artist. This is a stereo press. Got some great songs on it, like Keep On Running and Gimme Some Lovin'. That's $19.99 for Spencer Davis Group. Steve Winwood. Brad Bullen on the Lou Reed. That's sold to Brad, $19.99. Johnny Burnett, Rock and Roll Trio. I feel like we just sold one of these the other night. This is the 17, Tear It Up, 17 Wild Rockabilly Classics from Johnny Burnett Trio. That's $19.99. Jason Isbell on the 400 unit. I don't know if this is new and sealed or just back in its sleeve, because this is how it originally came. We're going to call that one used, but it's $19.99. Jason Isbell. Diodato. This is actually a 180-gram remaster Diodato Prelude. Of course, this has the theme from 2001, A Space Odyssey. I've got this at half off. This was not cheap on Discogs. I think it's a really high-quality audiophile type pressing for that. Gloria first on Jason Isbell. That's sold to Gloria. Alan, if you could let me know if you're in or out on John Prine. Ed's got that for $25. We're going to sell that pretty soon. If you're out, Scott Joachim Staller first on Diodato, and Jeff Hull wants the Spencer Davis Group. Alan says he's out. All right, so final call on John Prine for $25. July, this is kind of a tripped out psych record. It's not an original. Original's pretty hard to come by. July, self-titled, if you like psych music. That's a 180-gram reissue of that, $19.99. The Band, Cahoots, VG Plus on The Band. That's Cahoots. That's now $19.99. And Buffalo Springfield's The Best of Buffalo Springfield. This is $19.99. Retrospective, The Best of Buffalo Springfield. That is $19.99. All right, John Prine. I'm going to sell both of these auctions. Ed Nelson has John Prine for $25. Josh just bid on Bob Dylan. He's going to go ahead and steal it. I'm going to let him steal that, and he's going to get that for $20. Robin Pruitt first to Buffalo Springfield. Jim Nielsen, you were second. Robin Pruitt was first. Where's my bottle of water at? I desperately need it right now. Boy, a cherry limeade would taste good. Wow. Okay. Last 1999 record. Stranger in Town, Bob Seger. Stranger in Town, 1999. Yeah, and mozzarella sticks and a cheeseburger. Whew, I've already had a whole pizza today, a bunch of cake. I cooked 2 steaks for lunch. I've consumed way too much food. The gym will fight back at me tonight. All right, let me put up 2 new auctions and let me go through these one more time. Let's see what we've got over here. I've got one of the next crates I'm going to do. We're either going to do another punk crate, which I think y'all would like to see, or we're going to go through some buy it now best offers. So one more time. First, Chris Farrar gets Bob Seger, and Fred Carnell gets July. I'm going to go through these one more time. Everything is $19, and then I've got the $24.99 stuff. I got the $24.99 stuff. So here's what's left with the $19.99. Eric Clapton, No Reason to Cry. That's a VG Plus $19.99. The Peter and the Wolf, David Bowie, green vinyl. That's a VG Plus. The cover has a little bit of damage to it. Crosby, Stills, and Nash is VG Plus. That's $19.99. The Who is $19.99. White Witch is a VG Plus. The Gino Vanelli Mo-Fi pressing. Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio. And the band Cahoots. Those are all $19.99. Now, there's a cardboard divider. The rest of these are $24.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young so far. This is a beautiful copy. That is their greatest hits. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young so far. $24.99. Blind Faith. We've covered her up. She's a little nude on the cover. That's an EX copy, $24.99. EX copy, $24.99. Buffalo Springfield. That's their self-titled album, $24.99. $24.99. Andrew Schoen wants Crosby. That's Crosby, Stills, Nash. And Tanner, that starts $24.99. Let's see here. How much for the cardboard divider? That is $1.25. $1.25 on the cardboard divider. Soulville, the Ben Webster Quintet, 180-gram reissue. That is $24.99. Terry Westwood first on Blind Faith. That's also $24.99. Robin Pruitt on BS. That's Buffalo Springfield. That's sold to Robin Pruitt, also $24.99. Tangerine Dream, Poland, 1984 German pressing. 1984 German pressing of Tangerine Dream, Poland. Ben Webster is sold to Michael Nath. That's also $24.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This is a better copy. This one's EX. This is a 5-digit reissue, though. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. That is $24.99. $24.99. Van Morrison, his band and the Street Choir. That's an EX copy, $24.99. His band and the Street Choir, EX, $24.99. Doc, we've already sold Soulville. Coven. Coven is $24.99. I originally had this marked $39.99. Coven is $24.99. Vandergraaf Generator, God Bluff. That's a 1983 UK. $24.99 on that. And Styx, Caught in the Act. That's a 2LP live Styx. $24.99. Styx, Caught in the Act live. $24.99. $1.25 device, accurate credit. No, they honestly cost us actually a little bit over a quarter. We spend tens and thousands of... we spend a lot of money on cardboard dividers, right, Tanner? Oh, my gosh. Our budget for cardboard dividers every year is in the thousands of dollars. Oh, my gosh. It is incredible. We have stacks of them. I don't know if y'all can see. Let me show you back there. See that? Well, that's the mail cart that Doug was working on. See that little corner right there? Those are stacks of cardboard dividers, and then they go through the back over there. So that is. I'm sure y'all have a bunch. Let's see here. Edward Star Wars, first to Van Morrison. Edward was first to that, $24.99. Wayne, the July LP is sold, yes. Do you have record dividers for sale? No, we don't. And let's see here. Is that a second Crosby compilation? No, this is Crosby, Stills, and Nash first. This is their first album, the trio. And then they had Deja Vu with Neil Young. and then Neil left, and then they was back to CSN. Kind of a complicated history there, but yeah, I thought about a return policy or credit, but then people would be wanting to get credits, and then we'd have to keep up with credits, and actually it's cheaper for us just to buy brand new cardboard dividers than keep up with giving credits for them. I've run the numbers on that. So let's see. Okay, one more final call on this bin. These are $24.99. CSN, Sticks, Vandergraaf Generator, Coven, Tangerine Dream. These are $19.99. The Band, Johnny Burnett, Gino Vanelli, MoFi, White Witch, The Who, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. That one's a lesser grade, but it is an OG. And we have David Bowie and Eric Clapton. All right. Those are still available. I'm going to do some crate condensing right quick. What should we do next? I'm going to let Tanner decide. Tanner, buy it now, best offer, or punk?
Buy it now, best offer, and auction off some.
Tanner said buy it now, best offer, and auction some punk, which means kind of a flip of what we did earlier. We were auctioning 70s and 80s, 60s rock and showing punk. Now we're going to flip it. We're going to auction some punk and do it that way. And then whenever we get done with that crate, whatever I had in auction, we will do it. Well, you do $19.99 on the TD. The TD was Tangerine Dream. Alan, that is sold to you for $19.99. My bad. We had somebody already claim it. Edward Star Wars put TD, or did I already pull something out for TD?
Nope.
Okay, so my bad, Alan. Edward had already claimed that. So that is sold to Edward Star Wars, and I guess I spoke too soon. He knows I'll take $19.99 for it, so go ahead and sell that to Edward for $19.99. Tony, that was not a Tower of Power. Punk, buy it now, best offer. So Alan, my bad on that. I'm sorry. And let me put up a new crate. And where's the crate of leftovers at? The first buy it now, best offer stuff. Is it underneath that? Okay, I'm just going to condense this here. Might go through those one more time tonight. Those are all empty. Tanner's going to pick us out some punk records to auction while we go through this first crate of buy it now, best offer. Let me figure out which one I want to go through first. They're both equally good. They have a I'll DoorDash you a cherry limeade if you block Mike there in the next punk crate. Whoa. Now that's a proposition. Can't do it though. That is, no. Can't do it. Yeah, we don't know enough about punk what to put up for auction. Why don't you just pick out two random ones and just hand them to me? We'll see what happens. We might even start them at $1. See what happens. Okay, so this is going to be a buy it now best offer crate. I have a feeling it's going to be like new arrivals to a lot of y'all. So I feel like it's going to be new arrivals. I would never sell out Mike Massey, even for a delicious cherry limeade. Whew, boy. That sounds good right now. This is a Beatles bootleg. It's called Get Back to Toronto, $39.99. The Beatles Get Back to Toronto. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Tanner's picked us out two records here. We have DDT, Broken Toy, Athens, Georgia, 1984 US, Broken Toy. We're going to start this at $40. DDT, Broken Toy, $40. It's in shrink wrap, 1984 US, $40 start on that. Naked Aggression, Bitter Youth, 1993 red vinyl, $20 start on this. Naked Aggression, Bitter Youth, $20 start on that. There's your two punk auctions. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars, shrink wrap and hype sticker, $34.99. The Road, self-titled, $24.99. These are buy it now, which means you can buy them or you can make an offer. Leo Kottke, the best of Leo Kottke, $24.99. That's a 2LP. Heart Magazine, $39.99. It's numbered to 100,000. This is 7267. $39.99 for Heart Magazine. Psychedelic Lollipop, Blues Magoos, $34.99. That's on the Red Mercury label. It does have some seam splits on the cover. Does have some seam splits, $34.99. The 1910 Fruit Gum Company. This is sealed for $29.99. The 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Hard Ride the Train, sealed. Edward Star Wars says he would give 20 for okay. That is, let me figure out what okay is. Was that, or did you mean, I don't know what he meant on that. 20. Okay. Not that, or that. I'm not for sure. We'll wait on that one. I don't think that's an auction either. The Lonely Boys, $19.99. The Lonely Boys. That's in shrink wrap. The Illusion, $24.99 on the Steed label, $24.99. Leo Kottke. I was about to say, I was about to guess Leo Kottke. That was $24. Yes, sell that to Edward Star Wars for $20. We have Bruce Springsteen Live. This is a sampler from the 5 LP box set, $24.99. Excuse me, $24.99. Nat King Cole, The Golden Library Collection. Nat King Cole, The Golden Library Collection. That is $26.99. That's a box set. Jackie Lomax, Is This What You Want? That's an Apple pressing, an Apple label, Scranton pressing. $24.99. Jackie Lomax, $24.99. Klaatu, that's some good listening, $19.99. Talk Talk, It's My Life, 12-inch single, $19.99. I believe that's a promo. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes, $34.99 for Clapton. Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, $24.99 for Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees. And Big Brother and the Holden Company, Cheap Thrills, Janis Joplin. Very clean copy. It's on the second label. Very nice, though. Steve Miller Band Anthology, that is $29.99. Eric S. wants Talk Talk. That's sold to Eric S. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love, $19.99 for Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love, $19.99 on Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. Camel, a live record, $44.99 for Camel, a live record. That's a UK pressing blue Decca label. Steppenwolf for ladies only, $17.99. The Dawn of Correction, The Spokesman, $14.99. The Residence, Mark of the Mole, $44.99, 1981 pressing. The Residence, Mark of the Mole. The Residence, Not Available, $44.99. No condition notes on the vinyl. The cover has some seam splits. Okay, we was looking for a $40 start on DDT. The punk auctions aren't doing as good as the punk crates or hardcore. And Naked Aggression is a $20 start. Well, I'm going to give those a final call, then I'm going to make it a buy now, and Tanner says he's got some more picked out. We're halfway from actually showing the crate. The Persuaders, $34.99. The Persuaders, $34.99. Dan Seals on the front line. That is sealed. $19.99 for Dan Seals. Ricky Skaggs, Waiting for the Sun to Shine, $14.99. The Moody Blues Long Distance Voyager, $14.99 on the Moody Blues Long Distance Voyager. The Illusion, If It's So, The Illusion is $24.99. We had the other Illusion record. That has Steve Cole's name on the label. That is from the Murfreesboro collection. The Flock, Dinosaur Swamp, $19.99. Dinosaur Swamps, that's the Flock. McKendree Spring is $19.99. McKendree Spring, $19.99. Eric S. says, please put back the Talk Talk. Brad says $40 for both the Residence albums. Brad, I can't quite do that. We may be a little bit too far apart on those. Yeah, 44 and 44. I'd be closer to like, my counter would be 70 on those. If anybody wants to talk, let me know. 40 each. Okay, well, he might be getting them for a better price because I just said 35 and 35, which I'm sure he'll take. Neil Diamond Stones, $9.99. Neil Diamond Stones is $9.99. And Stoney Edwards, She's My Rock, $29.99. I may have gave him an even better, I may have countered less than his original offer, $29.99. We'll find out. Sex Machine, James Brown recorded live at home in Augusta, Georgia with his bad self, $44.99. Augusta, let's see here. Seals, $14.99. Seals. That was the Dan Seals. The sealed Dan Seals. Sell that to Grant for $14.99. Brad said take. I think he's like, sure, Chad. Sell those for $35 and $35. And McKendree Springs sold to Chris Ferrara. McKendree Springs sold to Chris Ferrara. Jeff McMaster said himself. Was that something that's in the bin? What just happened there? Let's see. This is Stoney Edwards, She's My Rock, $29.99, 1973, and James Brown, Sex Machine, and that is $44.99. Okay, if anybody wants the Naked Aggression record, it's a $20 buy it now, and if anybody wants DDT, Broken Toy, it's $40. Those are buy it nows. John F. Kennedy, The Presidential Years, $19.99. And Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me, $24.99. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me, $24.99. Buy now on both auctions. I had a feeling something like that was about to happen. That is sold to Mike Massey for $40. And this is Naked Aggression for $20 as well. Those are both sold to Mike Massey. Okay. Comment only. I'm not for sure if I'm following Jeff. Michael offered $35 for James Brown, and Doc Smith said James Brown Sex Machine. Is that... let me figure out what's going on here. Chad, can I see the second Buffalo Springfield I claimed? Son home now. Robin needs to see the second Buffalo Springfield on that. Okay, so Doc, we had an offer on James Brown, but I think Doc is claiming it. If you want the James Brown, it is sold to you. And then we'll figure out the Buffalo Springfield for Robin, and then I'll figure out what Jeff needs. Fleetwood Mac still available. Nicolette Larson, Radio Land. Nicolette Larson's $9.99. Hits from Atlantic. This is Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. EX copy, $39.99. $39.99. Oh, he was just copying him himself. Recorded with his bad self. Yeah, just himself. Just James Brown. No music. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm following what he was saying now. Doc said he'll take that at full price. Rapping Rodney Dangerfield, $14.99. Bill Nelson is $19.99. The Love That Whirls, Diary of a Thinking Heart, $19.99. Antonio Carlos Jobim is $19.99. Antonio Carlos Jobim Tab, $19.99. Brandon Jackson on Rodney Dangerfield. That's sold to Brandon. Kelly was second. The Kinks live at Kelvin Hall. The Kinks live is $24.99. Live at Kelvin Hall for the Kinks. The Rolling Stones, Suckin' in the 70s. We had this one earlier. Here's the gigantic hype sticker that originally came on the shrink wrap. Someone has pasted on the cover. I've seen other people do that. $34.99. We auctioned one off earlier. The Beau Brummel 66. This is a white label promo. VG Plus $29.99. The Beau Brummel 66. VG Plus on the vinyl. That is a white label promo. Savage Grace 2. VG Plus $19.99. Johnny Burnett's Hits is VG Plus $14.99. And Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town, VG Plus $14.99. Bruce Springsteen, VG Plus $14.99. ABBA, The Visitors, that's an EX copy, $17.99 for ABBA. The Standells, Try It, is VG Plus $19.99. Jerry Lee Lewis, Greatest. This is a VG copy, $49.99. VG copy, $49.99. That's on the original Memphis Sun label. Original Memphis Sun, 1961 mono. All right, let's see. We had a $6 offer for Nicolette Larson. I will sell you that for $8 if you want it, Donnie Moore. $8 to you. Andy Wade is going to take the Rolling Stones. Was that Brett Rebley's Boss Collector Edition? Was there a Robley in here? What has happened? Y'all catching stuff that I'm not. Jim Nelson on ABBA. $12 to Jim Nelson. And Brummels and Brian, the Stones, has already been claimed. Wayne Titsworth, the Beau Brummels, is a VG Plus $29.99. Donnie passed on Nicolette Larson. UFO, Strangers of the Night. That's an EX copy, $37.99. Strangers of the Night. Vicki Lawrence, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. That is an EX, $17.99. Russell S. 12 on Bruce Springsteen. Sell that to Russell. We had that $14.99. Sell that to Russell S. for $12. Brian Miller wants the UFO. We have Kiss Double Platinum. EX, $39.99. EX, $39.99 for Kiss Double Platinum. And the Jades live at the Disc A Go Go. VG Plus, $74.99. The Jades, that's VG Plus, $74.99. 1965. And Fresh Cream, $34.99. RSO reissue. David Hilton said, Johnny Burnett, $10. That is this one right here. Sell that to David Hilton. I think the only thing I didn't reach a deal on is the Nicolette Larson. And I'm going to sell that to Donnie for his original offer for $6. No records left behind. Donnie, that's sold to you for $6. The UFO's already sold. And Kiss, I don't think it has any inserts. I don't think it has the record award with it. We normally would have noted that. That is $39.99. Can't believe that's still there. I mean, I think we put that up for auction one night and it didn't get a bid. I'll start auctions in 1 second. First, what was the Joe Beam? The Joe Beam, Antonio Carlos Joe Beam is $19.99. That's called Tide. Best price on Cream, James Bragg, $35. I'll do $28 on that. Russell S. wants Joe Beam Tide. We'll see if Chris Farrar wants that. If not, it's sold to Russell S. Jim says he'll take $30 on Kiss. Jim Nilsson, I will say that for $30. Kiss is sold to you. And James Bragg said sold on Cream, $28. Robin, I will try my best to find that. It's just me and Tanner tonight, and I think he said it has got kind of buried. So you'll have to give us a few more minutes on the Buffalo. You have to give us a few more minutes on the Buffalo Springfield. Once it gets kind of past the tagging part, sometimes it can get buried. It's just me and Tanner here tonight, and he's full pace tagging. So give me a second. I'll try to find that for you. Chris Ferrara does get the Joe Beam, so that's sold to Chris Ferrara. And how much did I claim the UFO? Keeping a tally here. See how much we had stickered on the UFO before we put that away. Wayne says he'll take the Standales and the Bo Brummels for $37.99. There's the Bo Brummels. And where is the Standales? Standales is right in, let me see where that was. I'm going to just read these titles one more time and take offers or see if you need any prices. And then we're going to go through another, there it is, do another crate of Punk. Sell both of those to Wayne for $37.99. Tony Shore does want the Talk Talk, It's My Life. Sell that to Tony Shore. That's a great song. And let me read those one more time. I'm going to do a crate of Punk, and we'll start some other auctions. Let's see. We do have a couple Tanners pulled out here. Better Youth Organization. I think I've seen this before. Someone got their head kicked in. Yep. And the Bruisers. Independence Day. Let's try them. We won't know till we try. This is Better Youth Organization presents Someone Got Their Head Kicked In. Very clean looking copy. That's a 1982 US. That's a $45 start. That's up for auction. And the Bruisers, Independence Day. The Bruisers, Independence Day. And that's a 2012 US, $35 start. Better bid, or Mike Massey will claim them on the buy it now. So if you want them, I encourage you to bid. Here's what's left in this bin. I do have another crate just like this. We sold half of this one. I think the next buy it now best offer crate's even better. And then I've got a crate that I personally priced last night. I have not gone through those either. So here we go. We have Get Back to Toronto. That's a Beatles boot. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. The Road. That's a self-titled album. Heart Magazine picture disc. 1910 Fruit Gum Company was sealed. Psychedelic Lollipop, Blues Magoos. The Lonely Boys. The Illusion. Bruce Springsteen live sampler from the box set. Nat King Cole. Jackie Lomax. Plateau. Eric Clapton. Fleetwood Mac. Big Brother and the Holding Company. There's a few that I'm surprised didn't get activity. Steve Miller Band Anthology. Bruce Springsteen Tunnel of Love. Camels, a 2LP live. Steppenwolf for ladies only. The Spokesman, The Dawn of Correction. The Persuaders, Ricky Skaggs, Moody Blues, The Illusion, Flock, Neil Diamond Stones, Stoney Edwards, JFK, Fleetwood Mac Mystery to Me, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, Bill Nelson, The Kinks Live, Savage Grace 2, Jerry Lee Lewis Greatest, Vicki Lawrence, and The Jades. Let's see. What's the Better Youth opening bid? That's a $45 start, John Mincemoyer. The Beatles price, Get Back to Toronto, was $39.99. $39.99. David Plunkett said BB price. That's probably Big Brother. That was $34.99. Joe Maynard also asked. Yeah, Big Brother, $34.99. Nice cover. It is a second label. Very clean copy, though. That's $34 to David or Joe Maynard, if any one of y'all want that. Brent Rayleigh said 42 on the Tunnel of Love was $19.99. Jerry Lee Lewis. Let me find it. Right here. Sell that to Brent Rayleigh for $42. The Flock, Dinosaur Swamps. The Flock was $19.99. So Big Brother, either David's or Joe's if they want it. David passed, so Joe Maynard, yours if you want it. Crumb artwork. Nice gatefold. You hear that noise? Nice cover. I mean, really strong jacket. No ring wear on the back, which is usually noticeable. We're going to sell Andy Wade, the Bruce Springsteen Tunnel of Love, for $15. Let me find that. That's a Bruce Springsteen album. That's right there. Sell that to Andy for $15. We're going to sell Alan Totten, The Flock, also for $15. Dinosaur Swamps. That's sold to Alan Totten for $15. Does the Better Youth Comp have the booklet insert? We will find out. It does not have the booklet insert. No booklet insert. Let's see. 26, Joe, I will do 28 on that. 28. I had a record price just a moment ago for 35. I took 28. I'll take 28 on that. How could you say no? Is this the, that's the next punk crate there. Let's go through that right quick. We're going to go through this one. And then I've got another Buy It Now Best Offer. And then I got some new stuff that I priced last night, including Waxworks soundtracks. I got some Allman Brothers and a couple. They're all check condition. It's some of that. I got started on it last night, and I really didn't get too far. And then I did some earlier when I got here. I also got 10 records that just got pulled out of the ultrasonic cleaner that I have not got to go through yet. So, all right. Let's see what we have in here. Joe Maynard said sold on that. Let's make these a Buy It Now. Better Youth Organization is a $45 Buy It Now. And the Bruisers was a $35 Buy It Now. Bruisers and Better Youth Organization. Both sold to Mike Massey. $45 and $35. Okay. Let me get a couple new auctions rolling. We have, let's see what we got in here. Let's do, let's do these two here. I have a feeling somebody is looking for this right now. It's called Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. Gatefold, U.S. pressing. The jacket is around a VG Plus vinyl. It's on the EX Plus side. It's not a check condition record. It's closer to the EX Plus, more so than Near Mint Minus. This is Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother. Usually has a lot of ring wear, seam splits. I don't know why this record's always beat to death, but it is. $40 start on that. And I'm pretty sure, well, I don't have any pressing information on it, but it is a U.S. Harvest. It should be pretty close. It's an older pressing for sure. And then we have Van Halen, Fair Warning. Van Halen, Fair Warning. This is a very nice U.S. press, original inner sleeve, super clean vinyl. That is a U.S. OG of Van Halen, Fair Warning, and that's a $30 start. So $30 start on Van Halen, Fair Warning, $40 start on Pink Floyd. Now time for this stuff. New Improved Chaotic Discord. New Improved Chaotic Discord. That's EX $29.99. EX $29.99. Sold to Mike Massey. Next is Side by Side. You're only young once, so do it right. 1995 German. $24.99. $24.99. Side by Side. Decapitated, Broken Bones, 1983, 1986. This is a 1987 picture disc. Decapitated. $39.99 for Barricaded Suspects. Barricaded Suspects, 1983 UK, $39.99. Barricaded Suspects, sold to Mike Massey. $49.99 for the 1981 US Press yellow vinyl of Poison Idea. Poison Idea. That is sold to John Mincemore. Boy, John was fast on that one. Mike Massey, second. Uh-oh. Eric S., the Decapitated, was $26.99. $26.99. Ryan Anderson, third on Poison Idea. $74.99 for a 1984 US Press of the Effigies. $74.99. 1984 US, the Effigies. $74.99. Terry Westwood wants the Decapitated. We'll make sure Eric S. doesn't want it. If he passes, then Terry, it's yours. $29.99 for a 1982 UK pressing of Abrasive Wheels, When the Punks Go Marching In. 1982 UK, $29.99. Abrasive Wheels. VG Plus copy, $39.99. This is a 2009 US of Kim Lenz and the Jaguars. It's All True. And that is $39.99. 2009 US. Eric passes on Decapitated, so that goes to Terry Westwood. $64.99 for a 2021 pressing of Power Trip, Nightmare Logic. Power Trip, Nightmare Logic. 2021. I said green vinyl. I don't think that's green, is it? If it is, it's a weird color of green. That is 2021, $64.99. $49.99 for Possessed, the demos, 84 to 93. Possessed, the demos, 84 to 93. James Bragg on Power Trip. That's sold to James Bragg. So we got two auctions up here with no bids yet. We got a Pink Floyd, Adam Hart Mother, Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. That's a $40 start if anybody's in. Van Halen's a $30 start if anybody's in. I'm about to make those buy it nows if no activity. $29.99. This is actually needs to be a little less. This is, I'll do this for $24.99. This is Ride the Lightning. This is one of the newer remasters. We have these new and sealed for that price. So $24.99. This is a near mint open copy. Ride the Lightning. Metallica, $24.99. That's sold to Chris Vargas. If anybody wants a new sealed copy, new sealed copies are $31.99. $31. Tanner, this Metallica, $24.99 to Chris. If anybody wants a new sealed Metallica, say Metallica sealed, they're $31.99. We've got them brand new. Same thing. Chris Pruitt wants to Possessed. That's sold to Chris Pruitt. $19.99 for Celtic Frost. Procreation of the Wicked. Rehearsal, June 1984. $19.99. Also $19.99 is Mr. Lee, Get Busy. I don't think we have any, don't think that's in the punk hardcore genre. Mr. Lee, Get Busy, $19.99. Let's see here. Boy, lots of people on Celtic Frost. Terry Westwood was first. Terry Westwood first, then Martin Pryor, then Ken Crooker, then Sean, then Chris, and Ryan Anderson first to Mr. Lee. So Celtic Frost went to Terry. Ryan Anderson is going to get Mr. Lee. Now, Celtic Frost obviously is one that probably should have been put up for auction. Okay, if anybody wants these auctions, buy it now. Pink Floyd, $40. Van Halen, $30. I can't believe it's happening. No bid on a Van Halen and a Pink Floyd auction. First come, first serve now on these. $29.99. $29.99 for Boom and the Legion. Boom and the Legion, $29.99. Dextroit, Boom and the Legion. Detroit. No, that's Detroit. I thought that was an X in there. Boom and the Legion, $29.99. $34.99 for Kraut, Night of Rage. Kraut, Night of Rage, 1989 green vinyl. Okay, the Pink Floyd, Michael asked what it's at, and then I made it a buy it now, and Jimmy claimed it. So I guess at that point, Michael, I'm looking for a $40 buy it now, but then I also just seen I also just seen where Steve Henry put Pink Floyd earlier, but he didn't put a bid with his comment. So now I'm kind of confused. I may just need to put it back up for auction. Because Steve, let me know if you're bidding. You just put Pink Floyd. I need to see Pink Floyd and then 4-0 for 40. And if you are, I'll say going once, going twice. And then we'll see if Michael Nath wants to bid or if, and then Jimmy, I apologize because I didn't see where he put Pink Floyd. Some people put Pink Floyd and they assume that I think they're putting the minimum bid. That happens quite often. So, yeah, we'll figure out what's going on there. I think he heard you saying they were becoming by it now. Yeah, he might have shot the gun too early. He says 45. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just give that a final call then. Pink Floyd, Steve Henry's at 45. And sorry for the confusion. Steve Henry's at 45. Now, Van Halen, if anybody wants it, Randy, it's a $30 buy it now. $30 buy it now on Van Halen, fair warning. Michael says he's out. We'll see if Jimmy's out. And if so, we'll sell that to Steve Henry. This is OG Van Halen, fair warning. $30 buy it now if you want it. Mike Massey gets the Kraut. Steve Henry has this for 45. And this is $49.99. 1984 UK. Angelic Upstairs. Angelic Upstairs. Angel Dust. The Collected Highs. 78 to 83. $19.99 for Puke. Puke. Back to the Stone Age. $19.99. $19.99 for Les Villains. Skinhead Family. 2011 German. $44.99 for 2014 pressing of Loud Loss. Loud. I don't know if I can make this one out. Nothing on the labels either, is there? Or the spine. Yeah, I don't know if I can identify this one. Boy, the jacket opens from both ends. It's not split. The jacket is, it's just like a sleeve. Hold on a second. We got some more information here. Well, this is a lot of information. Lovely Lads. Yeah. Whoop, Marty Ellis, sorry, help me out there. Lovely Lads. I wasn't going anywhere until I figured out what that was. Lovely Lads. Okay. My daughter's visiting bid on Punk Metal. I think they're both hooked. 2 new custom, Chad. You'll be hearing from them. Okay, great. Mike Massey first on Puke. Lovely Lads is the name of this one. Marty Ellis had it. James said Loud Lads. You were close. No cigar. Van Halen is sold to Roger Ramjet. I don't think Randy wanted it, so that's sold to Roger Ramjet for 30. And Steve Henry does get the Pink Floyd for 45. Those are both sold. Okay, $64.99, 1986 press, Execute Inferno, split, $64.99. Mike Massey wants the Lads if no one claimed it. I don't think anyone claimed it, so that's sold to you. Execute Inferno, excuse me, that's sold to John Mincemoyer. John first to that. $29.99 for Kraut, Wetting the Scythe. It looked like sixth, but that's a Y. Kraut is sold to Mike Massey. Anything with the word Kraut on it, go ahead and put it in his pile. $29.99 for the Dehumanizers, End of Time. The Dehumanizers, End of Time, $29.99. Okay, I've got a couple new auctions. I got, let's see what I have here. I'll do the waxwork stuff in just a second. I think I put these up already, but I'm going to try them one more time because it's pretty much the last of the last, some of the Japanese stuff I have. I'm going to put these up for $25 starts. Asia self-titled, pristine Japanese pressing with Obi, and Culture Club, color by numbers, also pristine Japanese pressing. Those are $25 starts. They're now up for auction. The Thing That Ate Floyd. The Thing That Ate Floyd, $44.99. 34 California bands and 2 12-inch EPs, 1988. $29.99 for Brutality in Seconds. Brutality in Seconds, $29.99. $24.99 for Balance of Terror, 2002 US. $29.99 for Battered Citizens, Police Brutality, Mind Cure, 1988, $29.99. $34.99 for Beyond, Do It, Live Crucial Chaos, WNYU, 2014 blue vinyl, $34.99. Mike Massey on Police, that's this one right here. He also wants Beyond. Adam Hart Mother Cell. Yes, it sold to Steve Henry for $45. James Bragg is in on the Asia for $25, I'm assuming. James Bragg, $25 on that. Going once, going twice. My battery is at 10%. If we could get the charger behind the counter, please. I think I can make it till 10 or 10:30, but don't want my phone to die. We have Master of Cruelty, $29.99. Master of Cruelty. Cruelty. $29.99. I'm putting an extra syllable in there. Confuse Indignation. We're getting to some stuff here. It's hard to read. $29.99. Andy Wade's at $25 on Asia. Joe Maynard's at $22 on Culture Club. Let me plug in my phone right quick. Perfect. Okay, so 25 and 20. Mike Massey wants Confuse. So did Mike Massey. $29.99 for Crashbox, 1983 to 1984. Crashbox, 2010 Italian pressing. $29.99 for Stark Raving Mad America. $29.99. $29.99 for Capital Punishment. Did I pull what Crash was? No, Crashbox. That's sold to Mike. Crashbox. $34.99 for, what do we have here? Looks scary for sure. Some kind of nuclear holocaust. CATH Catheter. The band is Catheter. Thank you, John Mincemoyer. That's what I finally got it, letter by letter. Mike Massey on Capital Punishment. The Clockwork Crew, $29.99, 2005 German orange vinyl. The Clockwork Crew, Humans. Now, Clockwork Crew sold to Mike. Did somebody want the Catheter? I think Ed and John. Ed, I think you were just helping me with the name. Okay, final call in Asia. James Bragg, by the way, you're out on this. Andy Wade has it for $25. That's going twice, going 3 times. And final call on Culture Club for $20. Joe Maynard has that for $20. Okay. Clown Alley, Circus of Chaos, $29.99, 1986 UK. Cobra, Hits Rarities, More 82 to 91, $34.99. We bid $25. Well, actually, I have you put in Asia, but the opening bid was $20, so I assume you was just bidding $20, and then Andy Wade bid $25, because I didn't have a numerical after your. You just put Asia, and I didn't have a numerical, and the opening bid was $20, so I was assuming he was bidding $20, and then Andy bid $25. So, did I say a $25 start? If I did, then you're in. Either way, James Bragg's at $27. Sorry for the confusion. I may have said $25. I thought I said $20 start on both, but we're good now. James is at $27. Mike Massey on Cobra, and Mike Massey on Clown. Clown and Cobra. Those are both sold. Okay. Next is $29.99, 1987 of Cancerous Growth. Cancerous Growth. HMMLMMLUM. False Prophets. $44.99. Now that's a brutal cover. False Prophets. $44.99, 1986 UK. The Cuffs. Bottoms Up. $29.99, 1998 US. $29.99 for Psychotic Youth. Blue vinyl. James is at $29 on Asia. Mike Massey on the Cuffs. Aritila. 2003 US. Some kind of foreign language there. $24.99. RVP SK4 L4 B4. $29.99. Nerves Cade. Is that what that says? Or is that the label? Well, this is cryptic here. Blackwater Records. That's the label. Maybe we can get an identification on that. Omega's Blast of Lunacy by the Omegas. $24.99. Some graffiti here. Pagan Babies. Next. $49.99. 1988 US. So last was Mike Massey on the Cuffs. Andy Waite's out on Asia. And Mike Massey wants the, I think he may want the Nervescade. Mike, say sold on Nervescade if that's what that is, if that's what you want it. And Jeff McMaster first to the Omega. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Let's go ahead and end these auctions. James Bragg gets Asia for $29, and Culture Club is sold to Joe Maynard. Is that who bid on this? Yeah, Joe Maynard got Culture Club for $20. Mike Massey said sold on the Nervescade. Nervescade. That's what that says there. Okay. $34.99 for Offender's Endless Struggle. Offender's Endless Struggle. That is $34.99. The $32.99, The Mob, What We Come to Crush. The Mob, $32.99, 1986 US. The Offenders, John Mintzmoyer got that one. John first, The Offenders, Mike second. $29.99 for Pariah Matar Demands a Sacrifice. Sons of Ishmael. That is $29.99, 1987 US. $34.99 for Visual Discrimination. Visual Discrimination. $34.99, 1988 US. $99.99 for Negative FX. 1985 US. Negative FX. $99.99. VG Plus $49.99 for Pure Hell Noise Addiction. Pure Hell Noise Addiction. VG Plus $49.99. Mike Massey on FX. I think it's time to roll a couple new auctions. Let me see what I've got around here. Well, we did pull out a couple over here, but I'm just going to slip these back in the crate. And, wow, if I ran out of auctions, I got to start pulling some other stuff. Let me slip these back in here. I'll do those next. Tanner pulled those to auction. I'll just stick with what we were doing. What are these over here? That's the stuff that didn't sell. Yeah, okay. This is stuff that didn't sell earlier. Okay, let me just, I'll put these up for auction. I'm sure somebody will bid on them. Just, we'll get them sold. So this is some stuff I had earlier. Oop, let me do this one. We had the Toxic Holocaust, Hell on Earth. We'll get these sold. I'm sure somebody will bid $5. $5 start on this, Toxic Holocaust, Hell on Earth. That's a $5 start. And we have this one here, which was the Tatalinin Chaos, which I think I was mispronouncing or not. Well, I'm going to call it Chaos, which we'll figure out what that is. $5 start on that. There we have it. Those will definitely get sold now. $5 start on that. Okay. Let's see here. What did I get to? FX. FX. Let's see here. 5 toxic holocaust. Okay, those are getting bids. And now, so we had pure hell. No one claimed this. Okay. We have $39.99 for Upfront Spirit. Upfront Spirit, $39.99. That's a 1989 US blue vinyl. The Nerve Agents, $34.99, 1998 US. The Nerve Agents. Brotherhood, 1989 German pressing, $39.99. Paranoia You Can Dance To, Flip Side, Vinyl Fantasies. This is a compilation. Misfits is on here. That's a VG Plus, $24.99. $24.99 VG Plus. Flip Side. Taking Out a Little Tribute includes bonus 6-track EP, tricolor vinyl, $29.99. Ooh. Okay. We have Chaos, or TK, and then TH, Toxic Holocaust, right? TH and TK. I think that's how they're bidding. I'm not for sure. Mike Massey on Nerve. Let me get this, make sure I don't miss anything. Mike Massey on Nerve. Mike Massey was first to the Flip Side. Craig, you were second. And I'll get caught up on the auctions in just a second. $54.90. Well, let me figure out what pressing this is first. Time out on this one. I think this is the most recent pressing that we still have in stock here. Yeah, it is. It's 180 gram. $54.99. This is new and sealed Metallica Garage ink, and we have these still in stock. This is a fairly new pressing. $54.99. $54.99. That is new and sealed. The tricolor was $29.99. Zachary or Sean says, I'll take Up Front. Up Front. Is this the one you said it was your friend's band? That's sold to Sean Fairweather. Zachary Franklin, how much was the tricolor? That was $29.99. $27.99 for Class Criminal. Classy Criminal with K's. That is $27.99. Zachary Franklin says he'll take this tricolor, Taking Out a Little Tribute. That's sold to Zachary Franklin. Jeff wants the KK record here. $14.99 for Voorhees Devoid of Faith. $14.99. 2000 white vinyl. Sold to John Mincemoyer. $34.99 for Extinction of Mankind. Extinction of Mankind. $34.99. A VG copy, $24.99 for the FUs. Do We Really Want to Hurt You? The FUs. VG copy, $24.99, 1984 US. $19.99, 2008 US of Gruesome Stuff Relish. Horror Rises from the Tomb. $19.99. Billingsgate, No Apologies. $19.99. 1991 US. What I'm amazed is how many are pressed in the 90s, and they're not, some of them are just like this one, just $20 or so, and they're pressed in the 90s, which to me should be very low production on vinyl. So seems like some of them should be more, in my opinion. But Mike Massey on Billingsgate. Notice, Think What You Want. Notice. VG Plus, $19.99, 1989 US. 1989 US, VG Plus, $19.99. $24.99 for The Fits, Too Many Rules. $24.99, 1997 Italy. I think Terry wants to notice. It auto-corrected to Notice. No, yeah. I think Terry wants that one. Mike is first to the Fitz, and Ed was first to, oh, not us. My bad. Not us. It's, yeah, what did I say? Not this. What, I don't know what I said. The Fitz is sold to Mike Mass. So Terry got that one, and Mike got that one. Let me get us update on our auctions. Gary Samuels put 20K. He's at 20,000 on this. Just kidding. James Bragg has the high bid on this for $22. James Bragg has this for $22. We're going to call that one Chaos. And then the Toxic Holocaust, that is at 15 with Chris Vargas. Yeah, Chris Vargas was first on this. Zachary, you were second. No, John Sheehan bid 25 right before that. So I got 25 on Toxic Holocaust. If y'all don't care to bid that again, or if you want to bid more, John Sheehan has that for 25. And then this is now at 15, 22 with James Bragg. Okay, $19.99 for Final Conflict, 1997 US magenta marbled vinyl, $19.99 magenta marbled vinyl, and $24.99 for Gruesome, Savage Land, Gruesome, $24.99, Savage Land. John Missmoyer wants Final Conflict. If y'all are like, good grief, what a punk collection. You should have seen it. They don't even know, do they, Tanner? This is like, this is not really the leftovers. This is stuff. Plus, we put out a new crate the other night and did it, and there's still more in the back. We went to Austin, Texas, and bought, was it about 2,000 of these? Boy, it wasn't cheap either. We negotiated. I went there in February, and we started negotiating in August, me and LaJuan. He originally contacted us in August, and of course, the value, the retail value of this was something insane. He had a lot of money tied up in it. We went back and forth August, September, October, and then through Christmas and January, we kind of lost contact. He followed back up in February. He's like, man, I need to sell all these. I'm moving. And I really bought these over the phone, which I never do. I have to go and look at records first. People want me to make offers, and I usually try to buy them before I fly out somewhere. You know, it costs me $1,000 to fly somewhere and get back, lodging and everything, so I hate to make a wasted trip. I had these bought, but it was a sick collection. It was a very valuable collection on the whole. One of the more expensive purchases I've ever made. And we still got a bunch. I got a whole another crate tonight. I don't know if we'll do it tonight. I doubt it. And then I've got more in the back. I know I've still got autographs. I got more Misfit stuff. The first night we did a lot of the metal. I think y'all remember we had Metallica OGs. We had the Megadeth, Rust in Peace OG. We had some great stuff. Kelly Gabney on Gruesome. Kelly Gabney was first to that. He did. David Schroeder was first to that. John Missmore says you can put back Final Conflict. That's a later issue. Yeah, this is a 1997 US Magenta. So Final Conflict is still available if anybody wants it. David Schroeder was first to Gruesome. But yeah, that was an incredible purchase for us. And as you see, we're still selling it off. But just FYI, if you put your collection in Discogs, which a lot of y'all do, if you put your collection in Discogs, it's going to give you a value, right? Low, medium, and high. Don't expect to ever call a dealer and expect to get the high value of your Discogs collection. Nobody's going to pay that. That's like the top. Probably your records aren't what's selling for the top money because of condition. A lot of those top prices are sealed copies or autographed or stuff like that. So that's what took me so long to negotiate. Of course, he bought them all new retail, and he had a ton of money tied up in them. But we was able to make a deal because he had to move and he had to sell them. So, and nobody else really. It was a very valuable collection. So we're able to buy. If anybody's watching, if you ever decide you want to sell your collection, you know it's very valuable. You can contact us. We can buy it. There's a lot of people who have collections, and other dealers come out, and they're just not even in the ballpark. It's talking about $50,000 plus collections. So Okay, this is sold, this K record. Chaos is sold to James Bragg for 22, and John Sheehan got the Toxic Holocaust for 25. All right, but was it all rock? Yeah, it was all punk, hip hop. It was mostly punk, hardcore music, a little bit of metal, and that. Just 50K. No, that was an example. I paid more than that for it, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't remember. You think I would. Now, the Dallas collection wasn't cheap either. Okay. What do we have here? War Master. That was the other one left over. I'm just going to put it back in here. Let's see. Okay, so this is the one left over for this is the only record left over from that first crate. It's called War Master Blood Dawn. War Master Blood Dawn. I thought that said something earlier, but it isn't. So this is 1999. It's a 2013 US. I'm not going to go through these in details one more, but I will one more time. I'm just going to read the titles. Side by Side, You're Only Young Once, So Do It Right. The Effigies, Abrasive Wheels, Kim Lin's, Boom and the Legion of Doom. Mike Massey Wants Wheels, Abrasive Wheels. That's sold to Mike Massey. Yeah, Kevin Cave of Rock was the most valuable collection we ever bought. That's the one I use in ads, pictures. He had a lifetime. I'll never see nothing like that. If I do, it'll be a year this fall. I haven't had even a hint of anything close to that. Not many people have 90s OGs that they bought originally. I'm sure a lot of y'all have collected them over the last several years, bought them. But who went out and actually bought them and have them, he went out and bought Melancholy the day it came out and still had it. So he went out and bought Nirvana Unplugged the day it came out on vinyl, and still had it. That's amazing. That don't exist. Most people have either sold them off or they don't want to sell them. Angelic Upstarts. Les Villain, Skidhead Family. The Dehumanizers. The Thing That Ate Floyd, that's a comp. Brutality in Seconds. Balance of Terror. Tony Shore Wants Angel. Must be tough to part of a collection. Well, you can ask Kevin. I literally had to throw money at him to get him to sell it. I got down there and I was like, listen, dude, I'm not leaving your house until you say yes. And I had to keep offering more and more money. And eventually he said yes. And we got them. And then it took us 3 trips to move them all, going to Birmingham. Masters of Cruelty. I can't say that. Cruelty. I'm wanting to put another syllable in there tonight. You put that away. And then let's not forget about the Angelic Upstarts. Yes, I got that pulled for you. Let's not forget about the Pennsylvania collection. The Pennsylvania collection also got a lot of new buyers here. That was incredible. A lot of y'all still have those grails from the Pennsylvania collection. Mint OG 60s records and shrink wrap. Stark Raving Mad America. This is the Catheter, I think we said. Cancerous Growth. False Prophets. Psychotic Youth. AARITILA. Price on that 8 Floyd. James Bragg, that was $44.99. That's 34 California bands, 2 LPs, 1988. $44.99. Downward Spiral, only like 3,000 pressed. OG First Rage. Yeah, that was some good stuff, Sean. I remember that. You bought the Rage Against the Machine like the last record. Cancerous Growth. Cancerous Growth have the 7-inch. It's got a lot of extras in it, it looks like. I don't see a 7-inch, but it has the inner sleeve. No 7-inch. Includes free 7-inch. It's not in here. It's not in here. I didn't buy any of LaJuan's Punk 7 inches. He had a whole wall of Punk 7-inch stuff I didn't buy. Dennis Nelson is next on False Prophets. That's sold to Dennis Nelson. Chris Pruitt, the Aurelia. I don't know how to say that one. That is $24.99. James Bragg, I will take $40 for this. Sell that to Ford. The Hall from the Older Englishman. That was the most we've ever bought as far as quantity. That was the Rock Island English John collection. That was over 50,000 LPs. We still got that stuff. And then the Knoxville storage unit, which y'all probably, that one wasn't really, that happened in such a blur, but we bought out about 20,000 records from a storage unit in Knoxville. Pagan Babies. The Mole. No, the Mob. The Mob. We come to crush. Pariah Martyr demands a sacrifice. Sons of Ishmael. Visual Discrimination. Pure Hell. Noise Addiction. Brotherhood. Garage Inc. Extinction of Mankind. The FUs. Gruesome Stuff Relish. And Final Conflict. That's all that's left out of the 2 punk crates. Those 2 crates, that half crate there. I got a whole nother crate. We've got more in the back. We'll do this kind of stuff another night. I do have I got some new bins to go through. PMDAS. How much for the FUs? The FUs is a VG copy, $24.99. PMDAS, this right here, that was $29.99, 1987 US. Okay, let me bring a new crate up. I got some stuff that I priced earlier today and last night. If anybody else wants anything out of those, they're right over here, very handy. I may post those on Facebook, see if anybody wants them. The Garage Inc. was $54.99. It was sealed. That's a fairly new pressing. We still got those in stock. That one's $54.99. Dale Cooper says, I'll take the FUs. We're going to sell that to Dale Cooper. And anybody else, just let me know. That crate's still right here behind me where I can get to them. All right, so first, we got a couple auctions that I don't have put up yet. This is Simon & Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. I'm going to reduce this one more time. $20 start. It's just like the US version. It's near mint and pristine. That's just a $20 start. And I think we got a check condition Thriller here. Let me see what's going on with this. Maybe not. Maybe it's this one we didn't get priced. Yeah, this one's got some scuffs on it, unfortunately. It's not the normal pristine sheen. Just a little bit of like some sleeve scuffing, it looks like. Just some sleeve scuffing. So this is going to be a $20 start as well. So 20 and 20. 20 and 20. Andy Wade's in on Simon at 20. And this has got the insert with it. It don't have the, yeah, it's got the poster and booklet too. It's got the poster and booklet too. So it's got the insert and the poster booklet. That's a $20 start. Not a bad copy. I mean, the cover is nice. It's got a little bit of Fox in there. You can see on his jacket. That's a $20 start. Now, I got some Waxwork stuff here. Waxwork. This is new and sealed. Waxwork is a company that does soundtracks and other records, but mostly soundtracks. They're all sealed, colored vinyl, very unique artwork. And this is called the Prowler. It's sold out on the Waxwork website. They're $40 on there. This one's $29.99. So I've got all these cheaper than the Waxwork website and cheaper than Discogs. Sold out on the Waxworks website. It's new and sealed. Retails $40, $29.99 on the Prowler. The Prowler, $29.99. Next is Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. This is sold out on the Waxworks website. It was new for $30. This one's $19.99. That's also new and sealed. Henry. These are all Waxworks soundtracks. Prisoners of Ghostland. That is available on the Waxworks website. It's still in stock for $40. This is new and sealed, $29.99. Prisoners of Ghostland. So that's $10 cheaper than Waxwork. Kelly Gabney wants the Henry soundtrack. That's sold to Kelly Gabney. And Tanner, I've got those like stickered on the back of the prices. Simon & Garfunkel is a Japanese pressing. Simon & Garfunkel is a Japanese pressing. And that is high bid on that is $25 of Andy Wade, now $27, and Michael Jackson's at $26 with Joe Maynard. Arch Enemy. And these are all colored vinyl, unique artwork. These are available new on Waxwork for $30. I'm doing this for $19.99. $19.99. That is still available, $10 cheaper than Waxwork. Male Nat. I think that's how you say that. Mally, oh, that's an I maybe. Mally Nat. Mally Nat. This is available on Waxwork for $40. This one is $29.99. Also new and sealed. My Bloody Valentine. This is sold out on the Waxwork website. There's 5 on Discogs. They start at $52. The median is $42, and I've got mine for $39.99. So they start at $52 on Discogs, sold out on Waxwork, and this is $39.99. Malignant. Malignant. Ah, makes more sense. Thank you. Simon & Garfunkel, $30. Scott Smith wants AE, which is Arch Enemy. That's sold to Scott Smith. He also wants My Bloody Valentine. And I think we're caught up. Let's see. House. I think this one's been opened. It's sold out on the Waxwork website. House 2, the second story. The median on Discogs $27.50. They start at $24. I've got this one for $19.99. Eric says I'll take the Malignant. Eric S. says he'll take the Malignant. So that's sold to Eric S. Kirk's out on Simon & Garfunkel. Tillman Smoot wants House. Tillman Smoot wants House. He was first to that, then Robin, then Tommy, then Terry. That one must be popular. Okay, and then I've got 2 more Waxworks. I've got Curtains, The Ultimate Nightmare. It's available on Waxworks for $30. I've got this one for $19.99. Behind every curtain, someone's waiting, something is watching. Curtains. Do I have one more? No, this is just a putback. Mickey Rat. The Rat era, the best of Mickey Rat, $33.99. That was a putback, which I'm sold out of those right now. Terry Westwood wants the Curtains. That's sold to Terry Westwood. And so that leaves Prowler and Prisoners of Ghostland. Andy Wade wants the Rat. Let's update our auctions right quick, because I did see where Kirk Feld's out on Simon & Garfunkel. Andy Wade's at 31 on Simon & Garfunkel. Kirk says he's out, so that's going twice, going 3 times. And Joe's on a final call with Thriller, also $26. All right, House is a good movie. I guess I need to watch those. I don't watch a lot of horror stuff, but just so y'all know, I just finished up Harry Potter last week. That's what I've been watching for like the last month. I watch about 30 minutes every night at the gym, maybe 45 minutes on the treadmill while I'm walking, running, jogging, whatever, mostly walking, and finish that. What an amazing series. I didn't watch those as a kid, which they would have been out in my heyday when I was a kid, and I did not watch Harry Potter, finished it, the 8th movie, a few nights or last week. So, how much was Prowler? Miss Jeannie, the Prowler, it is sold out on the Waxwork website. They cost $40 new there. I've got mine for $29.99. And Jeannie, if you don't want it, it's sold to Eric S. Eric S. And Prisoners of Ghostland is the only one left. If you're curious where I got these, if y'all remember in Crossville, I bought an entire collection one time of, this guy had probably, well, he started buying these when they first started, when Waxwork first started. He had almost every one of them. He only kept a handful. He had the entire, I mean, we sold these. I think y'all remember that night. We auctioned a lot of them off. So, Prowler is sold to Jeannie Pinnell. And so Eric, Jeannie had first dibs on that. Okay. Time's ticking on these. Okay. Here's some stuff. Oh, here's another putback. Speaking of punk, I think. Yep. We Are All Guilty, a Northwest punk rock compilation, 23 bands. That is $19.99. $19.99. That was another putback, just like the Rat. Man of Collectibles. Oh yeah, the first 3 Harry Potter books, first pressings, are thousands of dollars. Yeah, very rare. Mike Massey wants 23 bands. Chad is sub 40. I am 27 years old, and I feel like I am 40. Some days I feel like I'm 55. I am 27 years old. Okay, Simon & Garfunkel sold to Andy Wade for $31, and Michael Jackson Thriller sold to Joe Maynard for $26. Okay. Jeannie Pinnell was one of my favorite teachers. I know her as Miss Ford. She was my art teacher in high school and elementary school, Jeannie Pinnell. In elementary school, when it was art day and she rode in with her cart, we were going to have a good time making pottery. That was amazing. Miss Ford, thank you. That was a good time making. I still got all that stuff, the clay pottery. That was some good stuff. Found Colectco when someone said you were selling a Hulk 181. I did have a Hulk 181. It's long gone, though. Okay. First is Julie London, your number, please. I got out some check condition stuff last night. And ultrasonically cleaned them. This is a VG copy. This is like a Deep Groove from Liberty. That's a VG copy for $9.99. VG copy. Julie London, your number, please. VG copy, $9.99. I'm going to skip over the other one. This is Nina Hagen. This is a VG Plus, Non-Sex Monk Rock. VG Plus for $9.99. VG Plus, $9.99. Albert King, I Want to Get Funky. This is a VG minus. I dug deep with some of these. John probably normally wouldn't be putting these out. I was like, well, normally this would be a $35, $40 record if it was mint. I bet somebody wouldn't mind a $10 copy because it's still playable. It's got some fillable marks. It's $10 though. Albert King, I Want to Get Funky. VG minus. Michael Nath, I've got the Metallica for you. He wants the Metallica Garage Ink from earlier, $54.99. Sell that to Michael Nath. Okay, next is Greg Allman. Greg Allman is a VG copy. Greg Allman Tour, $14.99. $14.99 Greg Allman Tour. That's a VG. All these I have ultrasonically cleaned. Doc Smith wants the Albert King, and that, just by the way, that's a VG minus. That's sold to Doc Smith. The Nina Hagen, the vinyl's VG plus and the cover's VG minus. It's got some damage. It's got some water damage to it. That's a VG plus $9.99. That wasn't cheap on Discogs though. Still got the Julie London. I'll go ahead and show the other Julie London. Make Love to Me. This is an older Liberty record, probably mid-50s, mono. VG plus $14.99. And these both have cover issues with them. All right, we're about to hit a pocket of Allman Brothers stuff, so if you could let me know the exact name. Please. Fred Carnell says he'll take the Nina Hagen. We have Dwayne Allman Anthology Volume 2, VG Plus $19.99. VG Plus $19.99. Doc says put the Albert King back, if we can bring that. Leonard Skinner, this is EX Plus Near Mint Minus. Best of the Rest, Leonard Skinner, $34.99. Those are all previously unreleased tracks. So Albert King is still available. That's a VG minus, $9.99. The Allman Brothers continue with Idlewide South. Idlewide South, VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Got a bunch of Allman Brothers here, so let me know exactly which one. VG copy of Live at the Fillmore, but this is on the original pink. It's got a lot of scuffs on it. It's going to play about VG. That's $19.99. Juventude on Idlewide South. That's sold to Juventude. Dale says, I'll take it for $8. And Michael Nass says, I'll take the Albert King. Dale, in this situation, you can have it for sticker. If not, we'll give it to Michael Nath. And that is a VG minus. Anytime I put out anything for VG minus, I remind everybody multiple times because it is a very low-grade record. But like I said, $30, $40 near mint. I still like putting stuff like this out because you may not have it. You can be a placeholder till you can get a better one because we don't get a lot of records like this. As y'all know, the blues is scarce. That's sold to Dale or Michael. We'll see what happens. Roger, you were second on auto wide. Steve Henry, you were third. Brian C is going to get the Fillmore. Brian C is going to get the Fillmore. I've got another VG minus record, which is unfortunate. This is the Allman Brothers' first album. So I test played this one because it's got a big, when you pull it out, you'll see a big, ugly mark right here. It did not skip, and it just made a lot pop. A lot pop right here. This is the Allman Brothers self-titled, and I think that's what Susie wants. And that's a VG minus. That is a VG minus, $9.99. Sell that to Susie. Chris Pruitt, you were second. No condition notes on this next record. It's actually really nice. This is from the Pennsylvania collection. $14.99. I think this is one of those he opened up sealed. Do You Believe in Magic? It's got the original Kama Sutra inner sleeve too. It's in shrink wrap. $14.99. This guy was obsessive about finding perfect copies. And there would be records like this in that Pennsylvania collection. He would buy 2 or 3 different copies of sealed records and open them up. I mean, this is something I found in a Pennsylvania box when I was digging through stuff last night. It looks like brand new. He had to have opened that and just test played it or played it once, maybe twice. I don't know, but it's really nice. That's sold to John Young. Michael Ness says, I'm okay if you sell it to Dale. Dale said he'll take it, so that does go to Dale. Jeff McMaster, second on 11 Spoonful. $74.99 for Jezebel. This is Justin Hines and the Dominoes. This is a near mint minus 1976 pressing of Jezebel from Justin Hines on the Mamgo label. $74.99 on that. Very, very nice copy. $14.99 for Manu Dibango Ambassador. That's a 1981 U.S. press. $14.99. Manu Dibango Ambassador. Playing what looks like a clarinet there. $24.99 on the Gladiators. And I saw a familiar name on here, which is Eddie Grant. That is $24.99. Doc Smith wants the Manu Dibango. That's sold to Doc Smith. And we have Frank Sinatra, Come Dance With Me. Such a nice looking copy. Went ahead and threw a price on that. $14.99. Frank Sinatra, Come Dance With Me. Not much left in that bin. I'm going to go through those one more time. We have Frank Sinatra, Come Dance With Me, $14.99. The Gladiators is $24.99. Justin Hines, $74.99. Leonard Skinner, Best of the Rest, $34.99. Dwayne Allman, an Anthology, VG Plus, $19.99. Julie London, I'll make a bundle deal on these. I don't know if anybody's interested. They're kind of lower grade. Well, they're VG Plus. The covers are probably VG minus. I'll do 20 for both of them. I got them at 15 and 10. I'll do $20 for both of those. Brian Hummel said he'd give 10 for the Greg Allman. That was a VG copy. I will sell that to you, Brian Hummel, for $10. And does anybody want to make an offer on the last Waxwork record I have? This is Prisoners of Ghostland. It's available on their website for $40. I was asking $30, but I would love to sell to somebody, if any collectors on those. Can we talk about the Jezebel? I would like it in my collection. Sure thing. First, let's sell Michael Nath, the 2 Julie Londons, for $20. That means I only have one Allman Brothers record left. That's the Dwayne Allman Anthology Volume 2. That's VG Plus, $19.99. The Justin Hines and the Dominoes, that's called Jezebel, generic inner sleeve with it, which I think is the original. It's really nice. We've graded it near mint minus. That's from that Bowling Green Reggae collection. I don't know how this one got separated, but that's where it's from. 1976, which should be the OG for this, $74.99. Doc, if you want that, I'll take $68 for it. $68. I'm pretty positive I could get $75 for it on Discogs, but I'll have to pay some fees. Terry said 20 on the Waxwork. Let me lay this over here in pending. Make sure. Let me think about that. Plus, there might be something else roll in on the offer table. All right. Susie said 30 Leonard Skinner. That's the one I had marked $34.99. Sell that to Susie for $30. Leonard Skinner, 30 for Susie. All righty. Anybody else? That's the Justin Hines, the Frank Sinatra. Any offers? Dwayne Allman. I know I just priced these, but When I'm physically pricing something, I'm like, man, I hope these sell. Because if I'm taking time to price them, I'm hoping they're selling. So what about 60 if so sold? Jeff says he's interested. 65. $65. I'll sell that to you, Doc Smith. Very nice copy. It looks better out of the jacket. This is a thicker sleeve, kind of cloudy looking. It's better out of the jacket. 65 on that. How could you say no? I think Jeff may want it if you're not. Terry, I don't see any other offers on waxwork, so let me go ahead and sell this to you. Let's sell this to Terry for $20. Now, my goal is to get these last 3 sold. Flash discounts. Frank Sinatra, $10. The Gladiators, $5 off 20. Eddie Grant on lead guitar. He's known for, of course, Electric Avenue. And I'll do $5 off Dwayne Allman Anthology Volume 2, which is $15. So 15, 20, and 10. And y'all would make my night. That would wipe out this crate. Waxwork, all those. Doc said he'll take it for $65. And we have an empty crate. Sinatra, Gladiators, and Dwayne Allman. John Stevens is going to take the Frank Sinatra. $10 on that, Tanner. 2 to go. Alice not helping me out. 2nd on Frank. Terry 3rd. Chris was 4th asking what's on it. It's already sold. I need somebody to buy Gladiators and a Dwayne Allman. Who is out there? Tanner, do you want to buy them? Tanner says not his forte. Okay. Well, I'll consider that empty. It's empty enough. Oh, Dwayne Allman sold to Alice Lowry. There we have it. That is sold to Alice Lowry. $15 on that. Jeff McMaster said 15 on Gladiators. I think I just discounted it. Now we have other people on Dwayne. So Alice is first, then Sherry, then Steve. So I got an offer on this. Jeff, make it $18 and I'll sell it to you. $18 and I'll sell it to you. Gladiators. Look at that. Sold. Okay, so here's what I've got for part 2. Here's what I have for part 2. It's 10:24. We're going to take a break and come back at 11 o'clock. I think I'm going to go get me my favorite drink. I think I need it after what we've done tonight. So, last shot is free. No. What is going on? Jeff McMaster said sold. All right. Sell that to Jeff McMaster for $18. It's empty. We'll be back at 10 o'clock. I hate to log off with 150 viewers, but we have another Buy It Now Best Offer bin. We'll go back through those on-sale crates one more time. Time for a cherry limeade. That's right. Last night I left, and I thought I submitted my order, and it didn't go through, and when I pulled up, I hadn't even ordered. So I'm going to do that right now, make sure it goes through. So, yeah, we'll go through some new vinyl recaps for this week. We'll do half off. We'll do a recap of those $9.99 and $14.99 and $19.99 records. And I've got another Buy It Now Best Offer bin, which I thought was better than the first one. So I don't have really any blues for part 2. That's what I'm going to try to work on tonight, hopefully for tomorrow. So we've got a lot to do. We got to key in records, alphabetize records, sort records, price records, clean records, listen to records, sell records, and buy records. We got a lot to do with records. We're going to pause there. I'll be back in 30 minutes at 11 o'clock. We're going to try to make it 11 o'clock sharp tonight. Just me and Tanner, unless we get distracted. And come back and see us. Great stuff. Don't fall asleep. Don't forget to come back. Half hour, and then we'll sell till midnight or later. It's Friday night. Sometimes we go later. As long as y'all come back and you're buying. And the deals get better. I think y'all know that. Okay.